It's like a pizza crunch without the batter. It's like the wood juice without the water. You'll never get the knickers I've had. What a fucking chance. Premeditated patter. Premeditated patter.
Before we begin the podcast, people, this is just a quick message for myself to thank you for your loyal and loving support. I wouldn't be sitting in this couch if it wasn't without yous, but I must ask you to support me a wee bit more. My Patreon is available now for subscription. I would ask you, please, for the bottom of your heart and your bank account, come and support them, man. Help me turn this into a full-time job. I've been doing this a couple of years now, and I really want to progress to the next level where I can make endless content. I will always feature guest episodes on YouTube, so never fear, that will always be available to anybody that wants to watch them. But if you subscribe to the Patreon, you will get notified first before anybody of who that week's guest will be. You also have the option to suggest what kind of guests you'd like to see on the programme. I'll also do extra bonus content, for example, reaction videos to tunes, rap battles, to films, to anything that you want to see. Remember, when you are signed up to the Patreon, you have exclusive control. You suggest the content you want to see. What do you want to watch? And I'll do my best to accommodate your requests. I'll also be uploading behind the scenes footage to the Patreon, so how I set up for Premeditated Patter, what goes on off the camera that you see on YouTube will be available on the Patreon. How much do I ask for this? Ask for a £5 a month. £5 per month is the total. That's all I ask of you, and you will get this endless stream of bonus content. The love you give will also be the love you get. Enjoy the podcast, people. Woohoo! Nico Carrillo, pleasure to have you on my podcast, man. Muay Thai champion, and obviously you're fighting in one championship representing Scotland. Good to have you here, mate. How you doing?
Good to be here, mate. Good, thank you.
So this isn't your first podcast, is it?
No.
It's your first non-fighting podcast, I'd say, but is that right?
No.
Oh,
No,
for fuck's sake, man.
no.
Somebody at least get that, man. For fuck's
I'll
sake,
give that one, right? Fine, give that one.
Fuck the rest of them, we're not dicks anyway, man.
So we'll give that one.
How's things with yourself, man? Obviously you're training, you're injured now, as you say.
Aye, I just fought, probably going on 5 weeks ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And the last punch that I hit him with, the punch that put him down, fucking, I hit my horn. You can actually see in the video, as soon as I punched him, I just grabbed my horn. So I'm glad that the fight didn't continue, because I'd maybe not been able to punch with that hand after that. Just so happened to be the last punch I threw, fucked it. But I've got a wee bit of ligament damage in my horn, and I'm just taking a wee bit of time out, letting it heal up before I get out there again.
It has to be done, mate, because as you say, mate, that's what we were talking about just 2 minutes ago, mate. They're your money makers and all, man. And the fact that you won the fight with that last punch, mate, like, that cunt's ancestors would have felt that punch, mate. I saw it, you fucking absolutely annihilated the cunt, not on top of it. So did you train, see when you're training, I'll take back just to the start, then we'll get back into like how you got into like one championship, man. But take us back to like the start for the scheme, like where you grew up and that kind of stuff, what your life was like before.
So I'm just across the water, mate.
Through the tunnel.
Through the tunnel, Scotstoun. The most hated scheme in Glasgow at the time.
Oh really? Aye, was it?
Well, at the time, we were in the middle of. We were Scotstoun. We had White Inch and Partick that way. Mm-hmm. Then we had Yoker and Clydebank that way. Then you had Govan across the tunnel, and we were hated by them all. Right. So I couldn't really go anywhere. But I grew up in Scotstoun, and then I started Thai boxing when I was 15 years old.
Right.
And I played football before that. I absolutely loved football. That was my dream. Wanted to be fucking like Cristiano Ronaldo, whatever. Sure, all the boys' dreams.
No far off him, no. The looks wise, anyway.
Oh, thank you, mate.
The Portuguese Scotstown.
Well, my dad's Spanish.
Is he? Aye.
So even closer again.
Fuck's sake, man. You can get a tell with the skin. I just thought you'd have a good time.
I'm half Spanish.
Aye, can you speak Spanish?
No really, mate. A wee bit. I can fucking a few drinks in me. I can speak a bit of Spanish.
I'm sure we all can speak Spanish.
My two big sisters are fluent.
Are they? Aye.
Completely fluent. Aye.
What's the age gap between you and your sisters?
3 and 6, 7 years.
So not really big.
Aye, but so I was born in Spain.
Right.
And I moved out here when I was 10 months old.
So when they were born there and they kind of spoke the language, right? So that's how they kind of picked up.
It was their first language, exactly.
Whereabouts in Spain?
Palma, Mallorca.
Palma, Mallorca.
I was born there, but then when I went back and forth, it was Cordoba and Fuengirola.
Oh, right.
Malaga.
So did your dad still stay there?
Yeah, he's still there. I
Oh, is he?
don't, but my mum and dad split up fucking when I was like 4 or something, and from there I didn't really see my dad again.
Ah, right, I see.
So that's how I don't really speak Spanish.
Oh, right, that totally makes sense. Obviously, if you get married, a relationship with him now that you're older.
No.
Have you no?
No.
I thought you said you went back and forth.
No, so at the time, so I moved to Scotland when I was 10,
Right.
10 months.
Uh-huh.
And then fucking for 4 years we went back and forth.
Oh.
Up until I was like maybe 5-year-old or something.
Right. So after like 5 years old, it was kind of cut contact, right? I
That
see.
was really it. So I played football. Wanted to be a football player, and then my pal Jazz, who's still my best friend to this day, and I train with him every day. He almost introduced me to Thai boxing because I'd done like one Thai boxing class before when I was younger with my big cousin, but I didn't have a clue what it was, and went to one class and that was it. Never done it again for a couple of years. And then when I was 15-year-old, my pal who I played football with every single day wasn't fucking at the Scotstoun Leisure playing football. And the next day I said, no, I was like, where the fuck were you last night? He's like, mate, I went to this Thai boxing class. He's like, mate, you should come, you would love it. And I went, and mate, I remember the day like it was yesterday, walking into the gym, the smell, the people there, and I just knew, mate, after that class, I knew for that day that this is what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I wanted to be a fighter.
So what was it about it that made you want to be a fighter?
Honestly, just I've always been very competitive, mate. It was probably the competition, just everything. I don't know, man, to be honest with you. But I remember seeing a fighter in the gym. He'd just fought down in London. And I remember he was in the gym and everybody was around him taking pictures and they were talking about it and all that. And I remember just walking in the gym that day and go like that. I want to be like that.
Right. So it was almost the kind of fame side of things?
I mean, I don't know.
Partially.
Maybe,
that
I
was
don't
the
know.
initial
I just
interest.
looked at maybe at the start, it was like, I want that. That's so cool. And but like younger again, I done boxing on and off, and I used to always go in and spar with people. And I used to always get the better out of them and stuff. But I never took it seriously. Never had any boxing fights or anything. So that was a few years before I was 15, maybe 12, 13, on and off with boxing. And then I went into this Thai boxing, and that was it, just on.
Just like a duck to water
Mate, literally. And I decided I was getting scouted by pro youth teams at the time.
for the football. And
the reason I couldn't go to these teams is because they were fucking in Alloa and Falkirk and far away, right? And my mum and my sister didn't drive. So that was the reason I didn't get signed.
Right, I see.
And at the time I was also just kind of, because I started Thai boxing, I was just kind of thinking about that, obsessing about that, melding football. And I knew that I couldn't do both.
Aye.
Mate, and I just fucking went, I just took the full leap, mate, to Thai boxing. That was it.
I suppose it was an easy decision to make at that point because you're like, right, it's like you
Probably
find your
is.
interest somewhere else. But plus as well, it's like if you didn't have the Thai boxing, because most cunts, when you play football, you dream of like reaching the heights and that then, but something as if not being able to travel is the thing that's setting you back. It would fucking kill your spirit, man. But the fact you had that, like, right, I'm just going to get right into this. What gym was it you trained at first?
Mate, it was just a gym in Partick, mate.
Was it a gym in
mate,
Partick?
even at a young age, mate, I used to just run.
Oh, did you?
I
Eh?
used to just run.
So
to
were
Scotstoun
you always
Partick.
kind of physically active? What was it that got you kind of interested in that side of things, like feeling you're young? Because you said you'd done boxing before.
Mate,
What
I was
it?
just the most competitive wee guy ever, mate. Like, we used to all play, mate, you know, like fucking scheme team.
Aye.
We used to all go to fucking, what's it, fucking Tory Glen. A lot of teams fucking played each other. Scotstoun, Yoka, fucking when we played Yoka, we'd end up all fighting each other and all that, right? But even at day things on, like, Friday night scheme team and all that, mate, I was always the most competitive. Like, it didn't matter what we done. Like, even when I'd play fucking 7-a-sides with my pals in Scotstoun, chippy, hit and run, I was always dead competitive, mate. I just hated losing.
Right. Do you know what that stemmed from, no?
Not a clue.
You
mate.
don't trace it back, nah?
Honestly, like, my big cousins just recently actually told me that my dad was dead competitive and all that. But obviously, I wouldn't know this.
Right.
But I don't know, maybe
Maybe
it
a
comes from-
genetic thing?
Maybe, mate, I don't know, honestly. Because it's like I didn't have any father figure to push me towards sports. I lived in a house with three lassies, mate. Fucking makeup, hair, fucking fighting, bitching. Do you know what I mean? So I didn't. In terms, I shouldn't have ever been a competitive person.
Aye.
Because I wasn't brought up to be a competitive person. I wasn't brought up to have a father to fucking, like, when I played football,
Aye.
played for Clydebank, and fucking everybody's dads would come and I would be the only boy there with no parents, like, fucking watching them.
Right.
So my mum came one time because I said this to her, she felt sorry for me, man, and it was the first time and the last time, mate. She embarrassed me, man.
How happened?
Mate, she tried to run on, mate, fucking during I was playing, mate, and give me a Fredo.
What?
I mean, she didn't know, but you know what I mean? She's never been to football, no, she didn't know.
right,
She
she's
tried
trying-
to walk on the pitch, give me a Fredo while I was playing football. I was like, fucking get off. And then the other team scored and she started cheering. So I was like, right, last
not
time,
coming back.
I'm not coming back.
Fuck's sake, man. Do you think, no having that father figure, as you say, you've got like your teammates and that, their dads are turning up to watch them fight, do you think that competitive thing was a way to prove yourself? Listen, no, I'm want to stand out here because I've no got that kind of support that everybody else has got? Or maybe deep down you just maybe never identified it. It's one of the things you never really thought twice about, to be honest.
Never identified it, never really thought about it. It's just something I know I've always been, competitive.
And of course it
That's what I love,
served you because
competition.
in this career you've chosen now, it's like to get to win, to be successful, you need to be competitive. If you're not competitive, you're going to get fucking leathered pretty much, aren't you?
Fuck yeah, mate. Aye. No competitive, you're in the wrong game, mate.
100%, mate. Better have been a coach, aren't you? So, when you started training at this gym in Partick, where did it lead for there? When do you remember when you got your first fight?
Day, mate, 2 months after training.
2 months after training?
So, I took to it like fucking, what's he saying, a duck to batter? Aye, I took to it like that. Just became obsessed with it, like, and it's, I hate to say this, mate, but it is true. And we're talking about me, and I'm not going to say kids should follow in my footsteps, mate, but it's probably partly the reason I didn't do so well in the end of school because of how obsessed I was with it. I would sit in class, mate, and just watch YouTube videos of fucking fights, mate.
Really, aye.
And I got suspended for all my classes. I wasn't allowed to do classes, mate, because in the end, mate, I just didn't care for anything.
Right.
Apart from this.
It just took your sole
Mate,
focus.
it took everything, mate. It was all I thought of from morning to night. And, mate, it's all I could think of, mate. In classes, I would just sit on YouTube, mate. And then fucking teacher would try to take my phone, then I start arguing with the teacher. Popped out of school, fucking, this was just like a conveyor belt. I'm not saying that's the way to do it, but we're talking about me,
Aye,
and
that's
that's
just your life.
I'm just telling you my truth.
Aye, of
and
course,
that's what
of
happened.
course. What was it happened to you? Like, what was your behaviour like outside of school? Were you still in fights a bit, or were you more disciplined because you had that kind of channel?
The Thai boxing changed my life, mate. Completely changed my life, mate. It turned me into a disciplined young man.
Right, really? So was that for the offset?
Aye, probably.
Pretty soon then? Pretty soon into it?
Aye, pretty soon into it. There was a wee point with Thai boxing where I actually, I was very confident around my own pals, but see when it came to like fighting with other boys and all that, I was more quiet and more switched on to the fact that I always fought ahead. I was like, right, I don't really want to fight with all these boys because probably in years to come I'm going to have to always look over my shoulder and all that. There was like a wee stage when I was a young teenager that used to scheme fighting all that, but then as I started getting older I started trying to come away from it and stuff.
Aye.
But then when I started Thai boxing, I started getting really confident. So I did, and I was starting to get into fights a lot when I was maybe 15, 16.
Outside the gym?
Outside the gym.
Really?
Because I was very confident. But then from there, obviously, it has taught me discipline throughout life now.
So see when you were outside the gym getting into fights and that kind of thing, how long did that continue for? Was that just a short space of time? Or?
It was a short space of time, maybe a year or something.
Was it?
I was fighting. I mean,
Why was it happening outside the gym though? Even if you had that channel inside the gym, was people just starting in because you knew
I
you
was
could
just,
handle
I was
yourself?
just young and I was a teenager, mate, and I was out with my pals, and I was young and I started Thai boxing. I loved it, and I was fighting, but I still wasn't a full time athlete. I was only a young mate, and I was still going out and drinking at the weekends. And then when I was drinking, I was a bastard and
Right, I see.
fucking knew I know how to fight. And if some cunt's getting wide with me when I'm drinking, I'm fucking battering
I
them.
suppose it's like petrol to a flame in it as such.
Exactly, but now it's different. Obviously now it's a full time career, and I've not been in a fight fucking since I was maybe 19 or something.
Really, aye?
19, 18, aye. But aye, obviously now it's like I've got a lot of followers. I've got a lot of people fucking that take inspiration from me. So it's like I need to be a role model to these people now.
100%. And plus as well, man, it's like you fucking dig a cunt once, man. You could lose your contract. You'll get the jail, shit like that. Your fucking life could just catapult into badness, mate. Fucking off the back of just one daft decision. So is that why you need to be careful now? So see, if you take us back to your first fight, what was your mindset like getting into that first fight? Were you nervous or
Shiting myself.
were you
aye.
shiting yourself?
So sorry, we went off heavy track here,
That's
but
fine.
so 2 months into training, I had my first junior fight, and I actually got put into a tournament where you fight more than once that day, and whoever wins the full kind of I had 2 fights that day. I won my first fight, and because of my weight category, there wasn't like loads of boys at that weight. I then got put through and I had to fight another boy, and that turned out to be the final,
Right.
and I beat him as well. And in my first time competing in Muay Thai, I became the Scottish junior champion.
Oh God, really? Aye.
Aye.
Fucking hell, man. What a result for that. What did that do for your confidence? You're like, I'm the fucking bollocks at this end.
Aye, exactly.
What weight were you fighting at then when you're at junior level?
48 kilo.
48 kilos. So what's that in the Muay Thai fucking weight category?
Fucking.
Does it even register?
No, it's it's a child, mate. It's a
Do they not have weight classes for children? No. Is it different?
No, like, no, I don't know
I'm
what
not
you would
too
even call
clued
that.
up with the junior
I don't-
level of Muay
no, I
Thai,
don't
so-
even know what you would call that. It's
Oh,
just, they just fucking a weight, 48 kg.
Fucking
him,
ball hair
him
or something.
fight. Obviously, no in professional, bantamweight, strawweight, no,
Aye.
no in junior level, you don't get that.
You just go by
You
your
just
weight.
go, what is your weight roughly? Because you don't cut weight at it, and you're 50 kilo, you're 52 kilo, right? You two fight each other.
Nah, yeah, I suppose it matches out a bit better that way. See, when you had your first fight, see when you were getting into it, right? See, as you say, you were shiting yourself. What? How did you win the fight? Was it points? Was it a knockout or anything? Let me stop you right there, pal. Hate to interrupt, but you need to shut your mouth right now and let the big man get yapping. This is a short message for your sponsors, Ross Harper Solicitors. Are you needing criminal representation in court? Do you feel that you and your lawyer don't have the relationship that you think you need for him or her to do the job that they need to get you off? I've got just the man for you. Nigel Scullion at Ross Harper Solicitors is a true embodiment of what it means to be a good lawyer. And I'm not just talking about in the courtroom. Nigel seeks to develop a personal relationship with his clients. He wants to keep you at the courtroom. He's not just wanting to fill his pockets. He wants to get you in, get you out, and set you on a path of freedom. Nigel has got his clientele at his heart. But don't get me wrong, in the courtroom, he is a stallion. He will fight tooth and nail to keep you from going up to the big boy house, or the big girl house, or the big them house. I've known Nigel a couple of months and I've developed a personal relationship with him. He's very relatable. I've met a good few lawyers in my time. Nigel's young and he's feisty and he's ferocious, but he's a friendly guy. Any support you need outside the courtroom, he will provide it for you. And Nigel's the kind of guy that will offer you the kind of support that doesn't need a legal aid certificate signed after it. He's a great guy and an even better lawyer. He comes from a long line of good lawyers. This man has got criminal defence in his genes. Just think about it. Do you want to go to jail or do you want to go home? And if you've not got a home, Nigel's the kind of man that will help you find the correct support services you need, because his work goes far beyond the realms of inside the courtroom. This is a guy that cares about his clients, and he sees them as more than clients. He sees them as people. These people that have, for whatever reason, they've ended up in maybe a wee dark point in their life. He seeks to get them out it and keep them out it. So look no further than Nigel Scullion at Ross Harper Solicitors to support you and your needs in staying out the jail. 0800 11 12 13 is the contact number. If you want to get them online, it's www.rossharper.com. You can direct message him on Instagram at Ross Harper Scotland, TikTok at Ross Harper 61, and you can find him on Facebook at Ross Harper. To sum Nigel Scullion up in a short sentence, he's old school with a new energy. Check them out, people. Ross Harper Solicitors. But in the meantime, enjoy the podcast.
Points, both points.
Both points. So see when you went in, like, see after that fight or during it, was there any point you kind of settled into your rhythm as such when you were getting in, or were you shiting yourself until you won it? Like, I thought I won this.
I was pure shite, mate. It was, mate, a fucking 2 months training, mate. I was fucking a raw beginner, mate, but just good enough to beat the two boys.
Aye.
But I didn't start progressing until actually I went to Thailand.
Really?
Properly, aye.
What age were you when you went to Thailand?
15.
Really? 15, so you went at 15?
Mate, I went a year after training. After starting the gym, but 16 I went. A year after starting the gym, I went to Thailand for 2 months.
Right, so what was that for? Was it a fight or was it just training?
Just to try to get better, mate. I just fell in love with it so much, mate. I was fucking a young boy, mate, and my coach took us to JP. We just went to Thailand.
Right.
And I had a fight there. Had my first pro fight when I was 15 or 16. Knocked the boy out, knocked the Thai out.
Fuck's sake.
But it was once I came back from Thailand, I really started to progress.
That's
I started throwing adults about in the gym and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know
So
what I
see
mean?
when you went to Thailand, what did you notice the difference in like training level? Like the stuff did you learn in Thailand compared to in Scotland?
I mean, I go to Thailand all the time now, but at that time when I was young, it was the clinching part of it. It really brought me on that side.
Right.
You don't really do a lot of it here. But they clinch for hours and hours a day.
But is that just a part of training that's just solely focused on clinching?
Just exactly, mate. Exactly. Don't do anything else. You just clinch with each other for hours and hours. And but just I don't know. I can't pinpoint it exactly. But just being over there in the culture, doing it 4 or 5 hours a day every day for 2 months. I don't know. You just you need to get better, don't you?
No, of course. And plus, you're training alongside cunts that have been doing it for they could probably fucking walk. They're fucking
Aye.
kicking bamboo trees and that kind of thing. See, when you're training alongside these people, did you notice like a marked level in like the skill like you were up against, let's say, compared to like if you're training in a gym back in Scotland?
Of course, I went to a gym fucking surrounded with fighting legends, but I was just young at the time and I was just happy to learn. I was just happy to just and still to this day I'm learning every day. I'm very happy to just fucking still take tips off people. Do you know what I mean? I've no ego when it comes to learning.
That's the thing. As soon as you develop that ego, it's an enemy of success, isn't it?
100%, mate.
That's it, because that's what you need to do. Because it's one of these things with success. The better you get, it's so easy to fall into that. I'm fucking dynamite this. I don't need to listen to any cunt. And soon you'll end up fucking listening to him somewhere or another, aren't you?
You're dead, mate.
Aye.
Listen, mate. See if you got an ego, mate. You're dead.
Aye, 100%, mate. And that's what is it that's always kept you grounded? Has it just never been an issue you've had to really deal with?
I mean, maybe at some points, but just having a good team around me. You know, somebody to just remind you.
Aye.
Not now. I'd say my life is fucking. I am trained humility. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But now, maybe then, just like having a coach every now and then to say, right, fucking settle down, do this, do that. Just having a good team around you, mate.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
People that aren't afraid to kind of say it how it is.
Exactly. You don't want people fucking.
Yes, man.
Exactly, mate.
Aye.
Oh, you're doing amazing, this, that. There's no faults in your
Let's
game.
go, champ.
Exactly. There's no faults in your game. Your fucking head ends up that size.
I know, and that's it. Before you know it, you're getting fucking beat. See, is it your coach, GIP? Has that been your coach for the beginning?
Aye.
Has it? Aye. So have you got quite a strong relationship, I take it then?
He's my best pal, aye.
Is it? Does he compete?
He did.
He did compete, he doesn't anymore.
as
He's
a
still quite young, isn't he?
Aye, he's only 2 years older than me. He fought as a junior and he was amazing. UK #1 as a junior. And I think he only had 3 or 4 adult fights. And he says this a lot in interviews and podcasts, that the reason he changed from fighter to coach is he always did coach me, obviously from a young age, as well as he was fighting. But in the end, the feeling he got when he won a fight compared to when he watched me win a fight was way different.
Really?
He was a lot more happier when I won fights rather than when he won fights.
That's interesting.
And that was the telling factor for him, that he didn't have the fire in his belly anymore to be a fighter, but to actually be a coach.
Aye, and it's worked in your favour as well, because you've developed that relationship with somebody, as we were just talking about a second ago, where they can tell you, listen, fucking when you're selling, they can speak to you in a level, whereas if you're talking to somebody, it is a professional relationship to the degree. Some people don't want to piss you off, or some people want to dance around it, but if you've got somebody that can kind of say, listen mate, pull your head out your arse, or I'm sure on days where you're maybe in training, do you get days like that? Because obviously you've been doing this fucking, what age are you now?
24.
24, so nearly 10 years you've been doing it. Do you get the days, I was going to ask that, see, like the days you wake up and it's like fucking pissing the rain outside, fucking it's a wee bit colder in the morning, your house is that extra bit warmer. What have you kind of learned or developed in your mindset in order to get up and do what needs to be done in terms of training?
I've developed a mindset that is, I call it non-negotiable.
Right.
So when I wake up in the morning, everything's non-negotiable. Everything in my life is non-negotiable. So I wake up and it's roasting, I fucking open the blinds, it's fucking -3 degrees outside and I need to go run up the Humphrey 1,000 feet, probably be -11 up there. And it's pouring down, and it's 5 in the morning, pitch black. A non-negotiable means that it's non-negotiable.
I'm doing it.
What my thoughts, any thoughts that come into my head, everything's non-negotiable. It's just, I go up and I do it. And I just I live everything like that, mate. If I tell myself something's non-negotiable, it just, that's it. I can't negotiate a way of getting out of it like that. I just do it, mate.
Is that something that's Muay Thai's helped to implement, but you also implement it in everyday life on all other things?
Through being a fighter, aye, but my mindset really changed when I was about 20 years old and I started training with my strength and conditioning coach.
Right.
This isn't news to anybody. People who know me know this, that I wasn't always the strong-minded person that I am now. The reason I am like this now There's two reasons, right? One is my strength and conditioning coach. He has turned me into the person I am today. He was a PTI in the Navy for 15 years. So if you can imagine what that like, he's a bit of a fucking screwball
I can
as
imagine.
well. And it was him who got me into reading David Goggins.
Aye.
And honestly, it's like fucking cringy saying it, but mate, it's true. I'm telling you the truth, mate. Listening to David Goggins and listening and reading his books changed my life and changed my mindset. Because I was listening to the things he was doing, and he was worse off than the position any of us are in. He was 300 pounds, mate, well overweight. He had to lose so much weight in a certain amount of time to compete, to fucking comply for buds. It's like a fucking like a army kind of thing you had to do, right? And then the things that he'd done, he ran 100 miles and he'd never ran 10 miles before, just all through having a strong mindset. And he was doing it to raise money for people that died in the army. So he was doing it for a cause, right? And then I was thinking, I was listening to the stuff that this guy has done, and I was thinking, I'm in a better shape than probably he was at that time. And I'm thinking, how can I not do this stuff? If this guy can do it, I can do it. And I've just took that with me just every day of life now.
He's battling that inner bitch, as he likes to say, innit?
Exactly, mate.
Aye, mate, I first heard David Goggins, mate, I was working a mad pure shite job. It was like, see when you get a new build house and it gets built and cunts go in and clean it before people move in. I was doing that, worst job I've ever done in my life. And I had a podcast on, and it was Joe Rogan, and David Goggins came on, but I had no idea who he was. And I just heard this cunt talking.
This is a Goggins tap, mate.
Is it, aye?
Aye, mate.
I didn't even realise, man.
Oh,
it is. Mate, he's a fucking hero, mate. See,
totally.
I started running about 2 years ago, mate. About 2 years I've been running. I got into watching the UFC and that, and I was like, these cunts have got an elite level of fitness, and I was unfit as a fucking motherfucker, man. And whenever I go out and runs, I used to jog like when I was like 16, and that way I'd run, get out of breath, stop, run, get out of breath, stop. See what you're talking about with the mindset. And with the David Goggins, even just has fucking words ringing in my ear, man. It's like, push yourself.
Mate, his voice, mate, is like fucking... It does something to me, mate. Like flips a switch in my mind when I hear his voice. Honestly.
Aye, mate, he's got that kind of... It's that pure mad Navy SEAL, 'cause he done like fucking the Hell Week and all that, didn't he? I know, didn't he?
That's it,
and
aye,
he's got
3
that mad
times.
fucking gravelly voice, mate. It could, if he was your PT, mate, you're fucking smashing PBs all day around, innit? So did your strength and conditioning coach put you on to David Goggins?
Aye, he obviously seen I was a hard worker and stuff like that, and he was like, read this book, listen to this podcast. No, it was an audio book I listened to. I've read the books now, but fucking listened to it fucking 10 times probably.
Really?
Aye.
So you just took to it right away? Is it jinkies the minute you listened to that, it just changed something, it flicked a switch?
Aye, mate, I just listened to it and I was so inspired, mate. So inspired for what he'd done, and I was then thinking, I want to start challenging myself. I want to start seeing what this fucking... What you can do, how I want to open my mind up. I want to set a barrier and break a barrier, and set another barrier and break a barrier.
Aye.
The sky's the limit, mate. That's what that means.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? And fucking I just took massive inspiration for it, and from there, mate, I just started doing challenges. I'd never ran any length of distance, and I ran a marathon and then done 30 rounds of pads after it. 3 teams.
Really? Aye, fucking hell, man.
Stuff like that, and then from there I've ran fucking numerous ultras. I've actually got a 55-mile race coming up in a couple of weeks.
Fuck, have you really done that?
Perth.
Perth, aye. Fuck.
So I am not just a fighter, mate, I'm an all-round athlete, mate. Do you know what I mean? I like to, when I've got downtime for fighting, I like to go and, I don't sit about, mate, I can't sit about for too long, mate, dements me. I like to have something to focus on. I like to go out and do challenges.
Aye.
The more, me and my pal are doing a 10-hour challenge in the gym.
A 10-hour challenge?
Aye, mate.
He's got to be doing.
Strength and conditioning for 10 hours, mate.
So we
10 kilometre run, 20 kilometre cycle, 10 kilometre row, 10 kilometre air bike, 1,000 bench press, 1,000 squats, 1,000 burpees, 1,000 press ups, 1,000 chin ups.
Fuck, do you do that without any rest?
Just fucking eating's rest, innit? You need to eat within 10 hours.
I
mate, that's what I'm
suppose,
saying.
I
I just like to always challenge your mind, mate.
So see, doing that kind of thing as well, surely that obviously serves you, that kind of mindset, and how that serves you to get into where you are now.
100%, mate.
See, up until that point, you did meet your strength and conditioning coach, as you say, you were the disciplined mind you are now. Where were you in Muay Thai at this point? Like,
Mate, I was good. I was beating everybody, but I was still going out and drinking at the weekends.
Right.
That was the difference. And once I stopped that and really took it on as a full-time career, and it really changed my life for there. And, I mean, I was always hard working, mate, but I wasn't hard working. was always hard working in fight camps, but outside of fight camp, I wasn't a full-time athlete.
Right, I see.
I'd go out and drink with the boys and all that, and now I'm a full-time athlete, and I have been for the last 4 or 5 years.
Right. So have you seen your career blossom since you adopted that mindset?
Aye.
What did you notice like when you started applying this method, becoming a full-time athlete? Where did your career go for then?
Just I've always been winning, mate, but I don't know, just obviously levels change, innit? The levels change, and now I'm fighting top of the food chain, mate.
So was this before you were in one?
Aye.
So was it, did you win? Because I'm sure it's like, see, you get your 3 world titles, was that before you were at one, I take it, obviously?
Yep.
So see, at that point were you a world champion?
3 times.
At that point before you started adopting this mindset?
No.
So
no.
was that before you'd win your titles?
Aye, I hadn't won any titles by then. And then from there, I won a European title, Intercontinental title, World title, and then I unified another 2 world titles at 2 different weights
Right.
to become a 3-time world champion.
So see, before you adopted that mindset, were you had any titles at all?
Just fucking a Scottish one. That was it.
So it totally levelled up like, kind of your achievements in the game as well. So do you not drink at all?
Nah, not really. No in Scotland anyway.
No in Scotland?
I drink with my fiance on holiday,
Aye.
but I don't party, if that makes
I
sense.
see a couple of cocktails by the fucking pool or something like that.
For dinner.
Aye.
No.
Aye, just nothing too wild. You wouldn't get mad about it as such like that.
No, mate. No, I like beer, mate. I'll drink a pint with my dinner.
Aye.
2 or 3 pints, and that's me, mate.
Aye.
But I can only fucking do that for about a week or 2 on holiday. And then I'm fed up.
Aye, I know. It's because it's a depressing as well. And see, I think it's alright when it's like one of the ones. See if you were going to the gym doing a fucking marathon a week, and then you compare it to some cunt that's fucking never ran a fucking inch in their life, and they try and do that, you're gonna be in bits. It's like, see if I compare drinking. See if you don't drink, or you don't drink often, and you take a drink compared to some cunt that drinks every week, you're fucked, mate. It's pure poison to your body.
Mate.
It's like when you eat shite. See when you eat good and then you eat shite, you feel 10 times worse than if you're normal eating shite.
Literally, mate, I was just on the fucking highest peak of my life, mate, a month ago, mate. Knocked out a Thai superstar and won championship, mate. Fit as fucking one person can be, mate. Obviously training a long time, mate, so I had a wee blow it. Fucking went to Bali with my fiance. I don't even mean I blow it like drinking, mate. I mean I blow it with eating, mate. Because mate, I dieted for so long, mate. And this is the thing with fighters, mate. They diet and cut so much weight that they end up with eating disorders, mate.
Aye.
This is true, mate.
I believe that, mate. Joe Ham, he was in the podcast the week, and he's fucking McDonald's fucking every day.
Nah, see, I don't put any of that shit in my body, but still, mate, I have eating disorders, mate, but I still don't fucking eat McDonald's or anything like that.
Aye, mate, it's fucking terrible. The shit's in it.
But aye, so mate, just eating fucking hundreds of food, mate. Pizzas, chocolate, mate, just eating, mate. Just, mate, I wasn't even hungry, mate, and I would fucking put a full fucking bar of chocolate down, man, just because I couldn't do it for 10 weeks there.
Aye.
Just because.
It's that freedom.
And then you go back, fucking 2 weeks later, mate, do my first 5k in the treadmill, mate, and I'm fucking breathing, mate, like a fucking middle-aged woman, mate. Like a fat middle-aged woman walking up a set of stairs, mate, running, mate. 2 weeks ago, mate, I was on one championship, just knocked out a tie, mate, fit as fucking I could be done, doing fucking 10-minute rounds and all that, no problem, in the fucking sweltering 35-degree heat in Thailand. And I did a fucking a 5k in the treadmill and I can't even get a sub 20, blown out my arse, fucked.
Mate, it's mental how
And
quick it just falls.
Fuck, mate, it takes you so long to get to that level, mate.
Aye.
And then fucking you go and eat, drink, whatever, mate, a week, 2 weeks, mate, you're fucking back to square one,
I know,
man.
it just shows you how quick you can lose it, but mate, it's
Crazy,
scary.
mate. Nah, it's weird.
But see, with dieting, because when I talk to fighters, that's when I ask cunts, what's the biggest challenge in being a fighter? Without a fucking hesitation, they always say the dieting, the weight cutting. But see, one championship, they've not got like a hydration fucking thing where you can't cut too much weight because you need to be hydrated or something like that.
Aye, and no. They do have a hydration clause, but how to say this? People are still cutting a lot of weight, mate.
People find a way around it. I can edit it out if you
No,
say
it's fine. I'm not fucking slating any cunt off the business or anything. All they're doing is manipulating the test, mate. So when it comes to doing the push test,
Aye.
all you do is manipulate it, right? And all you do, mate, is before you cut your last bit of weight, is you drink an extra amount of water, mate. So there's water sitting in your bladder, and you need to hold the push in while you cut your last bit of weight.
Right, I see.
And it just manipulates the fucking test, mate. So you're pushing clear, mate. You're not hydrated because you've been dieting for so long, you're still cutting weight, you've no drank, like, you've not been drinking fucking whatever, you're still unhydrated, mate. You've just fucking maybe cut 3 kilos running in a sauna, not running in a sauna suit, or doing it in the sauna. That's the way I do it.
Right.
All I've done is drank a bit of water and just cut more weight.
Right, I see. So you can just hold the water and cut weight. You can actually make that allowance.
So all you do is manipulate the test, mate.
I see. It's fucking interesting, that, man. What do you walk about at? What weight?
I walk about 73 kilo.
And what do you cut down to?
65.8.
That's not too bad, but is that an 8 kilo cut?
8 kilo.
And how much do you make with that in water?
5 kilo.
5 kilos, so it's not that big a pure mat. You see cunts cutting like 20 kilo and all that, 15 and all that, man.
But I'm pretty shredded all year round.
No, you have to get a heavy good shape. I noticed, because I remember seeing that, because when you're training it's just pure abs, and I'm like, what can this cunt cut?
That's what
fucking
people
cut one of
always
his
say.
fucking biceps.
That's what people always say, but where does the weight come off?
Aye.
But that is wild.
But that's, see, when you
when you have more muscle, but you have more water to cut.
Right.
All your water sits in muscle, so a muscly person has more water in their body.
Aye. So that's interesting then, because you wouldn't ever think that, I know, but I think that probably, do you think that aids your performance, the fact you're only cutting water weight? You know what I'm talking about? If you're cutting the water weight because you can replenish that in time for the fight.
A few different ways to answer this, mate. A few different opinions on it.
Right. Use them all.
Cutting water isn't healthy, mate.
No, is it for it?
No, it's not healthy, and in the end you end up taking fucking water for your brain. Eh? When water sits in your liver, water sits in your muscles, and water sits in your brain.
Right.
When you cut water weight, you're fucking pulling bits of water out.
It's coming through everywhere.
And that's what happens when it's weighing day and fucking you can't string a sentence together and all that, mate. It's because you fucking put water out for your brain.
Right, I
You
see.
know what I mean? And that's why when people cut too much weight, you'll see it in the UFC, man, they'll fucking get touched in the head, mate, and their legs go like jelly.
Nah.
Because they've cut too much weight.
Right, so it's really fucked them up in the
Fucked up
performance.
brain,
They
mate,
can't
aye.
even rehydrate
A wee
themselves.
jab, man, fucking their legs are gone like that. That's
Aye.
because you've cut too much weight.
Aye.
How you put the weight back on, how you hydrate is the most important part. Don't get me wrong, how you cut the weight is also important. I've got fucking top nutritionists now, and everything I do is fucking buy the books, mate, like very, very in a healthy way. As healthy as one can do. But how I put the weight back on is way more important.
Right.
Like you see fighters fucking cutting weight, man, then you just just drinking water and eating a bit of chocolate. You've cut so much weight, mate, where you're fucking your belly if you eat without hydrating, right?
Shocks
and
the body.
see even just drinking water, you're dehydrated, right? So see you drinking water, you've already pulled all the water out your body, right, to make you weight. You're drinking water, all you're doing is putting water in your body for it to fucking come out your dick and pish. You're not hydrating yourself, it's no sticking to you, it's no...
Right, is
It's
it?
just,
No.
No, mate, water doesn't hydrate you, mate. Electrolytes hydrates you.
So you need to give
If
it
you
a
drink,
sodium in
mate,
it.
see when you drink hundreds and hundreds of water, you're pushing.
Aye.
Nah, all you're doing is flushing yourself out, mate.
Right.
Yeah, when you drink loads and loads of water, you end up feeling like cotton muffed and all that.
Aye.
It's because you're not hydrated, mate.
Right,
You're
I
just
see.
flushing yourself out, mate.
Because I drink salt water sometimes.
That's good.
To hydrate with the sodium.
So that's it. So the most important thing after you hydrate, mate, after you cut weight, is your hydration. So in my drinks, I'll have creatine, loads of salt, fucking electrolytes and stuff. So when you take all the water's went out your body, when you start drinking, it clings to your insides, mate.
Right.
So it's not just going for here
And
out
one
there.
hole to another.
It's gone in and you're soaking up. Now you're hydrating, and fucking maybe I don't pish for fucking 5 or 6 hours after weighing in, and I've maybe drank 5 litres of liquid
Really? That's fucking strange.
because of how much water's
Aye,
been
'cause
pulled
you're
out me,
actually retaining
and
it.
now I'm actually retaining it. Exactly.
Right. It's mental, but you would think that'd be common knowledge amongst cunts, like fucking attached. If the people just don't know, just cunts are heavy cowboys.
Aye, mate. I mean, it does take a long time to know this much about it, just through experience, just fighting so much and doing it so much.
Aye.
Like, the only other people apart from fighters that probably know is nutritionists, people who study it.
Aye,
So
you're
I
right.
only know so much about it now because I've been trial and error
Aye.
doing it through my full career. Do you know what I mean?
See, what's one championship like with the IV drips to replenish?
I think that's illegal.
Is it illegal in one? 'Cause I know it is illegal in the UFC, but I
I think
wasn't
it
sure
is.
if one was the same because they're kind of different, some of the rules and that.
I think so. I'd imagine. I've not done it, and so I wouldn't know. But
Aye.
as far as I'm aware, I think it's probably.
There's cunts that probably do it, but it's one of the ones it's like if you get caught doing it, you're fucked kind of
Aye,
thing.
maybe. Maybe aye.
Aye. You would think you could see with the salt water thing that I picked up. Somebody that says it was a PT I follow, and they were saying just like wee habits you get, and drink a bit of salt with your water first thing in the morning to retain water. But that's all I knew it was doing. Then I started following this mad doctor. I can't even mind his name. He just posts on as a mad healthy advice. He's on Instagram, Dr. James something, and he writes it's like when you're dehydrated, like water isn't enough to cut it. It's electrolytes your body's starved, especially if you go out like a run. If you're sweating a lot, that's how you replenish it. And so I do that quite a lot. See the salt water, and honestly, God, see the difference it makes. It's unreal.
Better yet, salt water's not the fucking tastiest thing, mate. Just electrolytes, mate. Just fucking sachets, wee electrolyte sachets. You get the wee tablets, fucking put one in your water. I'm sponsored off a Canadian mob, ATP Labs, and they actually have pure electrolytes. Like it's a big tub, and it's just powder, and you just put scoops of it in.
Right.
Also, fucking, see like essential amino acids. You get
BCAAs and that.
BCAAs.
Aye.
You get the ones that say BCAAs and electrolytes.
Right.
That's mate, the same thing. You just put one of them in your water in the morning, mate. Fuck one in your water in the morning, mate. I put one with every bit of water I drink, mate.
Oh, do you don't drink plain water at all?
A day, mate.
But apart from, for the most part, this is what you drink.
Mate, mate. Like you can't overdose on electrolytes, mate. It's
Really,
fucking.
aye?
Of course, it's absolute goodness for your body, mate. You're
Right.
just you're super hydrating, mate.
Cause I drink a power of water, but see that lends credit to what you're saying about you're just pissing out. Cause I'm pissing like fuck, but to me I'm hydrating myself, but I go through fucking all sorts of water, mate. It's sickening.
Has a negative effect. Too much water.
Aye, no, of course. At times I've drank too much water to a point. I just end up drinking it, see if I get a dry mouth. So you're talking about that cotton mouth. So I end up drinking more, but I do get to a point I'm just fucking pure
Flushing. You're just flushing out, mate.
flushing myself out in it, but that way you just feel a bit no well, know what I'm talking about? It's like, ugh, just that
You
kind of
do-
sicky way.
And I know hanging on, mate. You piss a lot at night. Like when you're sleeping, do you wake up to the piss?
I wake up to a piss, so it's fucking up my sleep.
Aye, mate. And I was bad for this. I've only just actually recently learned this, mate. That see if you drink electrolytes is like your last fucking drink electrolytes late at night,
Aye.
mate. You won't wake up during the night to piss.
Right, I should really try that, because that heavy fucks me. Every night I get up and it's like, if it's no in the middle, it's always in the middle of the night, and usually when I wake up in the morning.
I'm the same, mate. Fucking sometimes 2 or 3 times a night, mate.
Aye.
And I actually notice it now. And see when I drink electrolytes at night, fucking say your last 500ml, your last glass of water before you go to bed, mate. Fucking stick a electrolyte sachet, whatever electrolytes is that you've got, put it in it, mate. Drink it. Do your last piss before you go to bed, mate. Then go to sleep, mate. You won't wake up during the night.
I'm definitely need to try that. See with electrolytes though, is the say if you look at compare it like protein powder, you can get some that are a bit better than others. See electrolytes, are they just kind of like a blanket fucking thing where no matter where you get them, are going to be good? Or they like cod liver oil, what I'm talking about? It's like,
I know exactly what you mean. Good question, actually. Aye, there's going to be different sodium amounts like in the back of them. One will be higher in sodium.
Right.
Whatever ones are higher in sodium are the ones that are stronger electrolytes.
so that's the one you're kind of looking for, the one that's higher in sodium.
That's pretty much
Because I've
it,
got
mate.
wee drinks in there in my gym, good mate. It's like I was going to offer you one, I fucking forgot about it. It's like a wee juice, right? But it's like got whey isolate protein in it. It's got electrolytes in it. It's got BCAAs and all that shit.
What's it called?
Oh fuck, mate! I'll show you it before we go, man. I'm fucking because I was going to offer you one because I thought there was caffeine in it, and then I was.
Or might be some of these things. You get ones with caffeine in it. You get ones with fruit.
Nah, but I was pure studying it, and it didn't say there was. I was looking at ingredients, did not see caffeine on it because I was going to drink it. Then I was like, fuck it, just had a coffee.
You seen the Wall Hydrate bottles? Wall Hydrate, like Tyson Fury and that are sponsored by them. They're the same kind of thing. Where you push a wee button at the top and it releases the powder, which is the electrolyte, into the drink, and you shake it and you drink it. And you've got ones that are a protein, but it's the type of protein it's not like fucking drinking. Like when you put water in protein, it's pure minging. It's
Aye.
not like that. It's just like protein and juice, mate. But
So
it's
it's
like
kind of like a juice.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed a few of them kicking about because see, I'm a pure water drinker now, man. I cut out the fizzy juice like at New Year, but don't get me wrong. After a while of drinking water, you get fucking sick of drinking it, man. It's like I like a bit of flavour.
boring, mate.
Aye, but it's so you sometimes get the was I think it's wow hydrate. It might have been it was one of them, but it wasn't the ones you press. I think it was just like a wee 4-pack, and it was decent because I'm like, alright, I'm kind of getting something a bit beneficial at this. Not what I'm talking about, but
Electrolytes are the way forward, mate. Honestly,
aye, mate, I'm
It's so
definitely
good
going to
for you.
fucking take some of that advice there, man, and start implementing some of them. Because as I say, I drink a power of water, and I feel as if I'm like that. I'm not getting any further.
Mate, literally just stick a scoop of whatever it is. Fucking if it's tablets you get or a powder, mate, stick a scoop of it every time you drink water, mate, there's no negative effects of having too much
That's
electrolytes,
good
mate.
to know. That's good to know. Fucking ODing and electrolytes. I'm the kind of cunt that probably would do that, man. I'm a pure addict. I'm not snorting it, man. Are you sick of that decrepit old, dust collecting, beetle crushing, disgusting dirt dump you call a carpet? Ugh. Does your flooring look like a sumo wrestler's been doing the Gangnam style? No filling these potholes. Are you scunnered with the skirting? Does your floorboards need a jacket? Then I've got just the thing for you. HFM Flooring are the grand masters at caressing the underside of your soles with the finest, most plushest fabrics ever to grace the market. They fit carpets so soft, you'll soak into it like Ewan McGregor in that scene for Trainspotting. They also do laminate flooring that will restore the style back beneath your feet. Boosh! They also provide LVT and vinyl flooring, which is waterproof, slip resistant, and suitable for use with underfloor heating. And if you're somebody that likes to kick back in the garden, but you're allergic to cutting grass, you blame the hay fever. HFM Flooring also installs premium artificial grass, which is easily installed, fade resistant, UV protected, has inbuilt drainage to flush out any water, and is pet friendly. All measures and estimates are free. That's right, free. And if you use promo code 50, you'll get 5% off. HFM Flooring is located at Unit 5, 219 Govan Road, Glasgow, G512HJ. You can contact them directly by telephone on 0141 239 9123, or you can check out their website www.hfmcarpetsandflooring.co.uk, or you can message them directly via social media on either Facebook or Instagram at HFM Carpet Flooring. HFM will fit the flooring that your feet will be adoring. But so if you take us back to the time when you got offered your one contract, how did that go down?
Mate, I already knew I was getting signed. It wasn't a matter of if I get signed, it was a matter of when. I'd done everything I had to do. Like, I was beating everybody, UK, Europe, winning titles, world titles at different weights. You don't really hear people doing that, to be honest with you. And it was just a matter of, right, when. Like, I already knew they were going to sign me. I'd heard that, but it was just a matter of when. When I'm actually getting signed. Aye. So I think if it happened sooner, I'd have been more like. Obviously, it's the reason I quit my job and stuff like that.
What did you do before?
I was an electrician.
Right, aye. So when did you quit your job?
When I was 20.
When you were 20, aye?
No, 21. So, like what we were saying about the mindset.
So was it at that point you're like, I'm going all in with this?
Aye, mate.
Right.
Quit my job, mate. I was a month away from sitting my trade test.
Right, so you didn't actually finish the
No,
apprenticeship?
mate, I was a month away, mate. I was a really good, in my opinion anyway. I think I had my boss put me on fucking 2 sites myself. I had 2 sites, mate, an apprentice, and I was controlling sites and that.
Really?
And and just a month. But it was making me unhappy, mate, because I was training in the morning before work, then I would go and work for like 8 hours a day in fight camp, I says, and then I'd have to go train later at night. But by the time I got to train at night, I was fucked.
Aye.
So the thing I hated doing, I hated being an electrician. The thing I was unhappy with was making me fucked for the thing that I loved doing.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? So I just decided, like, I can't do this
It's an
anymore.
easy decision to make almost, isn't it?
It's an easy decision to make, but it's also a scary decision to make, mate.
Because it's
What if
your
I've done it?
security blanket.
What if?
Aye.
But mate, that's just life, mate. What if? You just need to take chances, mate.
That's it, exactly, and it's like you're sacrificing, as you say, something that was making you unhappy for something that you were
Exactly, mate.
passionate about. What did your boss say about it? Because you had the month left. Was it a bit of fucking...
No, mate. Well,
Did they respect your decision, obviously? Or did they feel...
They respected my decision. Let me tell you who my boss is. My boss is my fiance's dad.
Fuck off,
So
really?
I left school with nothing, mate.
Right.
Like I said earlier on, I left school with nothing. I just so happened to meet the love of my life, who still is, right, when I was a young boy.
Right.
And it just so happened that her dad was a successful businessman. So I had fucking companies, electrical company and stuff like that. And I just landed on my feet there. I left school with nothing. Probably wouldn't have got a job anywhere or nothing like that. And I got a job with him. And fucking I ended up doing really well, being but like the physics part of school and all that was fucking just copy cunts and all that. Like, it wasn't like, you don't need to be good at physics to be an electrician, mate. Like, a lot of people say, oh, you need to have a higher physics to go and be an electrician. Mate, I wasn't allowed to do maths in school. Like, I actually wasn't allowed to do it because of my behaviour.
Oh, right, I see.
So I got put out my maths class, and when I got put out my maths class, I would go and sit, and you know, in school you'd get like a head of the department. I would go sit in her class when maths was on, and I would just do my Spanish homework.
Oh, really? Huh?
Aye. So I
That's
wasn't.
fucking mental. How badly behaved? What were you actually getting up to? Just bamming up the teachers?
Aye, mate, just wasn't interested.
Disruptive that?
Aye, very, mate, exactly. So when it came to college, doing like physics and stuff like that, like just like copying cunts with the tests and all that. The fucking teacher walks out the class when you do a test.
Aye.
So anyway, landed on my feet there. That's where my boss was. Obviously, very close with them. Obviously, my fiance's mum and dad. I was telling them, listen, I want to do this full time. At the time, they were like, oh no, just finish. He was actually alright, to be fair. It was more my fiance's mum was like, no, finish your trade test and all that. What if this doesn't work out and all that, blah 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 blah. But mate, what if? I always knew, mate. I always seen the vision, mate. Me and my coach always seen the vision. There was no fucking falling back on it, and mate, I didn't believe the concept of falling back on something. Or if Thai boxing doesn't work out, at least you've got a fucking electrical fucking.
You're still, because that's almost keeping that
on.
doubt in your mind. Like, there's a chance this might not work out, so you had to be all in.
To fall back on it, mate. I don't believe in falling back on it, mate. Fall forward, mate.
Aye, totally, mate. I totally
Fall
agree with that,
forward,
man.
everything, mate. Do you know what I mean? All in, mate. All in or fucking nothing. So, a month away for doing my trade test, and obviously I said I don't want to do this. It's making me unhappy. I've got fights coming up. I'm fighting professionals who don't have jobs. At the time, I was very good at a young age. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to just go full time with fighting. It was a slow fucking progress, but I'm here now, mate.
I know, of course, but as you say, that was at that point. For then on, you went on to win world titles. For that point, was that when the training levelled up a notch, where you were just like, right, I'm committed now? Because I think that almost acted as a booster for your mindset as well, because like, I've had to gear this up, so if I'm gearing this up, I'm going to need to make this fucking successful.
Pretty much. But you know, I had a bit of a chip in my shoulder, mate.
What way?
Because so many people were saying, no, you need to fall back on something, you need to finish your trade test and all that. My fiance's parents, my big cousin actually as well, mate, I don't think that was smart. Fuck a week, mate, should I just done that first and all that? I was like, no mate, why? I'm going to make it, mate, I'm going to go all the way with this. I know, mate, but they don't want to tell you, oh, fucking don't be stupid, fucking, you're fucking living in La La Land, know what I mean? Maybe that's what they're thinking at the time.
But they're trying to say it in a polite
They're trying to say it in a polite way, mate. Maybe they don't know at the time. No, I've proved them all wrong. I'm on the biggest stage in the world, mate, knocking out the best guys in the world. I've proved them all wrong, mate. But that, I had a wee chip on my shoulder. That was the reason why. So, and I've carried that through all the way, mate. I've got so many cunts to prove wrong. I've got so many cunts to prove that working hard, if you work hard on something, mate, and you truly believe that you can achieve it, mate, then you can do it, mate. Like, there's so many fucking naysayers in the world, mate. There's so many people that are going to fill your head with doubt, mate. And you just can't listen to any of it. Mate, as long as the vision's true in your head, mate, and in your heart, mate, you can fucking, mate, anybody can achieve anything, mate. Mate, they just need to be true to themselves, mate. They can't kid themselves on.
Aye.
No, I mean, I wasn't under any illusion, like, of being, like, no a hard worker and thinking that I worked hard. I was very true to myself, mate. I know how hard I work. In days that maybe back in the day I missed the gym, I would fucking beat myself up at it. And from there I've learned to just, mate, you just don't miss sessions and etc, etc. Do you know what I mean?
Was this all self-taught, this, or was there a mentor or something, or did you just need to kind of get in your own head with it?
Everything's self, mate. I've done everything myself, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I didn't have any father figure to push me at that, mate. I've always been competitive, mate, and then through taking inspiration from other athletes and people like David Goggins and all, I've just created this fucking person that I am today.
And it's totally served you as well. And plus as well, see, it's no matter what you do, especially if you're following a passion or something you truly care about, and it isn't within the confines of 9 to 5 fucking working in a building site doing whatever, people are always going to doubt you.
That was the other thing, mate. I just always knew, mate, I was destined for more than a 9 to 5 job, mate. Just deep in my heart, even at a young age, mate, I always knew, mate, like...
What age do you think? Can you start
young, mate, a teenager, mate.
Really? So young, was this before you even started fighting or anything?
No, before I started fighting. When I was fighting,
stages?
But when I was working, mate, as an electrician, I mean, I just always knew, mate, waking up at fucking 7, going to a working site in the winter, mate, fucking freezing cold and all that. Mate, this isn't this isn't what I was meant to do, mate. And I wasn't ever meant to have somebody tell me what to do. Like, that wasn't me, mate. It was never meant to be me, mate. I was always meant to be my own boss, mate, make my own decisions and choose my own path. And I've done it all, mate. I can honestly sit back now. I'm only at the start of my career in terms of what I've still got to do, mate. Never finished, mate. I'm never satisfied, mate. I've still got so much more I want to do. But in terms of where I am now to when I was on a building site, mate, I can honestly look back and fucking give myself a pat in the back.
Aye, definitely, man, because you took a jump no many people would have took, because as you say, you've got all the people saying, no, I would have done it this way. You get a lot of people that went like that, you know what, I'm going to do it the safe way.
Exactly, mate. And it's like a good analogy here, right? Or even as like for a school teacher, how many times do you think a school teacher has heard that their students are, they're going to become footballers, but none of them, maybe 1% of them ever going to become famous or become what they said they are. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
I can honestly look back, and at the time, fucking, 'cause I was still in high school when I won that junior Scottish title. I remember telling teachers, I'm gonna make it in fighting terms and all that, and obviously they're probably just thinking, every cunt's gonna be a footballer, every cunt's gonna be this. You know what I mean? And then now, maybe even not now, even still more what I have to do, but I can say then that I was always right.
And you're in that 1%.
I'm in that 1%, mate. I was always going to do this. You know what I mean? Like, how many times you fucking been to the pub and fucking do you know we fucking Bob, but what a boxer he was. Not but he tore his ACL, mate, and that was it. Could never fight again. Not how many cunts are that? It's a lot of shite, mate.
We're doing a good football, but end up in the booze and all
exactly,
that.
Mate.
That's the biggest
Everybody,
thing in
mate. But that's the thing, mate. That is the thing of the discipline of being a teenager, mate. It's either, mate, there's so many talented boys, mate. I know so many talented football players and stuff that, and boxers as well, who, mate, fucking a bit of discipline, mate, and you can go and the fucking world's your oyster, mate, but they don't have the discipline, mate. They want to go to Ibiza, mate, they want to party, mate, they want to fucking stay out with buds all weekend, mate. I believe, mate, that later life, when I'm retired, mate, with more money than I know what to do with, then I can fucking do whatever I want. But these are the prime years, mate. These are the years that you're never going to get back. If I want to go out and run a marathon tomorrow, I can do it because I'm in my prime years. But seeing I'm 60-year-old, I'll not be able to do it, mate. Do you know what I mean? These are the prime years. These are the years that matter, mate, for fitness and goals. No fucking go out and party now until you're 30, and then you're 30, fucking 35, like that. Right, fuck, no, what did I do? I've partied all my life.
No, all the testosterone's been halved.
I'll do all my goals, everything I need to do, and then when I'm 35, I'll be like that. Now I can live life, freedom.
You'll actually enjoy it as well, because that's that delayed gratification that comes with discipline, people. Because you find people with delayed gratification tend to be higher achievers. And right now I think it's like, it's a Scottish thing especially, like the allure, the sesh, you know, that, going out and getting mad with it. It's such a part of our fucking culture.
It's a part, again, is why it's harder for Scottish teenagers to go out and fucking become the 1%, because of it is our culture, mate. Everybody you know loves to party. Every cunt you know is on benders all weekend, mate. Like everybody. But maybe if you're brought up in a wee village in America and you go to college and you become an American football player, like maybe they've got it easier than the way we grew up here. Does that make sense?
No, totally. I think it's a Scottish thing as well, because, you know, seeing you're it's shite being Scottish, that mad fucking mentality, you're constantly, you're treated as the arsewipe of the world, and it's like, as you say, I don't know if this is like this, I'm going to imagine it's like this in every country, when somebody, as you say, you go and try and pursue a passion, people, you'll never do that, or that you can't make that a career, or that shite,
but that's their own insecurities, mate.
Projection.
Exactly.
That's it, projection, that's all it is, and once you learn to identify that, and you realise that if you want to build a successful business, there's no successful businessmen going like that, you've got no chance.
No.
They're the cunts that are pushing you.
Anybody lower than you will never want you to do better than them. But
Definitely.
see people, like you said, successful business people, you'll never hear them talking bad about you, or you can't do this or that. And the people that are higher than you are always the people who are like trying to get you to fucking reach for the stars.
They want you to elevate.
But the people below you never are.
Because it reminds people are just their shortcomings. And it's like the people that have geared up chasing their passion, because everybody's to a degree has got a passion. Don't get me wrong, there's people that want to go out and they work a Monday to Friday job and they've got their weekends, and fair play to them if that's what makes you happy. Fucking knock yourself out. For me and you as well, man, it goes beyond that. There's just something missing.
There's more to life, man.
Definitely, mate. And as you say, I think people take life for granted. Seeing you talk about these people that they'll get mad with it, and I've done it most of my 20s getting mad with it, and I'm at the point where I'm really trying to laser focus on what I'm doing now and make a career out of it. But I think there's people that think like, yo, live for the weekend and all that, and they take these years of their life for granted. Then before they know it, they wake up and all the parties are done and all the best years of their life are done and life's serious and fucking, know what I mean? It's too late for a lot of them.
1,000,000%, mate. That's exactly.
And that's a scary thought. Like, imagine waking up and that, like, fuck, I pissed it all up the wall when I could have done something. Exactly. There's that regret. And as you say, if you flip that, put in the work here and now, and when you can, as you say, 35, 40, you're still a young age to enjoy your life. And as you say, you've got all this money, and that way you can relax and kick back going, I fucking done it. I done what I set out today.
Then you enjoy the fruits of your labour, mate.
100%, man.
At that age. Cunts have got it mixed up, mate.
Aye, I know.
Cunts think it's party time now, but mate, you need to set the fucking foundations now, mate.
Aye.
To enjoy the fruits of your labour when you're older.
You can't have both. It's either short-term gratification or long-term gratification. If you're wanting long-term, you need to sacrifice it now. If you want short-term, you're sacrificing what you can have later. So it's just picking your sacrifice, man, because people don't realise we all sacrifice in day-to-day life. You're working a lot of fucking job, 8 to 5, and all that shit in a building site. You're making a sacrifice there.
No, you're part of somebody else's plan.
Aye, part of somebody else's dream.
That's it.
Aye.
So you being an employee for somebody else, and listen, if you are an employee for a job that you love, amazing, and you're happy in yourself, you're happy, you can say you're happy, amazing, you're winning at life. You see, if you're working in a job that you hate, and you're working, mate, you're just part of somebody else, like you said, somebody else's dream, whereas you could go and you could start a business and it can be your dream.
Exactly. Cause you're either way, you're fulfilling somebody's dream.
Mate, no risk, no reward, but nobody wants to take the leap.
Nah,
nobody wants to take the risk. Everybody wants to play it safe, mate. Mm-hmm. But mate, you need to get comfortable being uncomfortable, mate.
Aye.
Nothing ever in life good comes from living in your comfort bubble.
Nah, definitely.
Nothing, mate.
The dream killer, they call it. Comfort's the dream killer.
Comfort's the dream killer, mate. Exactly. Nothing good comes from it, mate. The only way to do good things, be extraordinary, fucking as good as one can be, mate, is living outside the comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. That's how you grow as a person, and that's the thing with these sacrifices.
That's where all the growth is.
Exactly, because I see you talking about it a lot of the time as well, and see, part of being a fighter, like, sacrifice is part of the fucking job description. If you can't sacrifice, you'd be as well going and doing something else. Because like diet is the number one thing, and I'm saying that, mate. I struggle to sacrifice a diet, but I'm not really getting motivation to diet. No, I mean I've got plenty of motivation, but that way, it's like fucking I do make sacrifices in my life, and it's like one of the ones. Once you accept that, it doesn't become easy, but it becomes easier to manage. As you say, don't give yourself any negotiations. When you go, this is a part of it, this is what I do. And I found myself developing that mindset just quite lately, just going, know what, this is what I do now.
And you know how else you develop that?
How?
Consistency, mate.
Mm-hmm.
A routine. Every day you wake up, no negotiating. Every day, a month's went by, a year's went by. No, all of a sudden, it's just part of who you are. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? It's a part of you now.
Aye.
You will fucking, when somebody asks you the question and you don't know how to answer it, because it just is what it is. It's just what I do, mate. It's just part of my being. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to answer that. Does that make sense?
No, totally.
And
100%.
it's through
it makes sense.
your routine, mate. It's through you being consistent with what you're doing.
Aye, that's exactly it. You just need to get up and do it. As you say, no negotiations. I feel sometimes when I think about it, it's just no giving yourself a second option. It's just saying, this is what I do now. It's no going, oh, well, do I want to do this? It's like, this is it. It's just accept it. And as soon as you accept it, you can go like that, right, I'm doing it. It's like going for a run. The amount of times I get up in the morning, I can't be asked, like, I'm doing it. I don't give a fuck whether I'm not performing well today, but I'm still performing.
Non-negotiable.
Exactly. Once you go out and you're like, right, I'm out here, you're like, right, fuck it, I'll try and get on with it. And once you see the days you usually get up and you say, I can't be arsed, see when you do it, they're the best days. The best workouts you do, or the best whatever you do, it always seems to be the best. It's fucking 100%, funny,
mate. I'll be fucking deep in a camp, mate, and I've went for a nap before training, and my alarms went off, fucking 20 minutes, and my gym's just around the corner. 20 minutes before the gym, man, my alarms went off, mate, and I'm in a deep sleep, mate, fucking 5 in a day, mate, counting stars, mate, like drooling, mate, sleeping. And I'm like, oh my god, I could sleep till tomorrow. You know, I'm fucked. And you just feel dead weak and fatigued. Mate, you go to the gym, mate, and it's the best session of the week. It's crazy, man.
It's mental, that, innit? But that's what develops that resilience in your mind, because once your brain's telling you no, and when you go against yourself, it's almost stepping out of your own mind. Once you're able to go against yourself, because that's probably the biggest battle you'll fight is your own mind, especially in training for a fight or something like that, man. It's so easy to go, nah, I'll have that wee bit of chocolate, or I'll just have that extra hour in bed. You go, nah, mate, it's no fucking happening.
Nah, exactly, mate.
But
even like a full day of you having these inner battles and all that, mate. See winning, mate. See all these wee mini inner battles that you win, mate. Mate, you build so much confidence through it, mate. You were hungry at night and fucking you went to get a fucking yogurt and fruit instead of a fucking Galaxy, mate. As stupid as that sounds, mate, you're gonna gain confidence.
Aye.
For doing the right option. That extra hour in bed, mate, you just go like that, fuck you, man, bounce right up, out the door. Mate, when you start your run, mate, you're gaining confidence, mate. All these inner battles, mate, are just confident growers.
They are the stepping stones to success, aren't they? Especially in the fighting game as well, because you hear a lot of fighters, like Mike Tyson used to say to people like, why do you get up at 4 a.m? And he's like, probably because the other guy isn't doing it. He gives me that edge. And it's a mental thing, because it's like, no many people are getting up at that time. It's like when you're up, I feel it, I know, I don't fucking fight or nothing, but when I get up at like 6 a.m, go a jog when the fucking world's reading a Saturday morning. It's
terrible, mate. This is a terrible thing to say, mate, but it's true, mate. You feel superior to others,
you do.
Mate.
You feel like a fucking god. You feel like a Goliath, man.
You feel amazing, mate. Like, it's fucking 5 a.m, mate, and I'm in the house for 7. I've ran 20 miles, mate. I came in the house, I'm like, cunts are still sleeping, mate, and I've went out and I've done this, mate. It's a terrible thing to say, mate, but it's true. You feel superior, mate. You feel amazing. You feel on top of the world, mate. And this is a feeling, mate, that can only come through hard work, mate.
100%.
And self-discipline, mate. You can't buy a drug, mate, and take a drug and get the feeling that you get through self-satisfaction or working hard, mate. I said that in my last interview, mate. When I knocked the boy out, I said, this feeling that I've got right now, you will never understand it. It can only come for working hard. You can't buy the feeling.
It's only self-made. It's through sacrifice and hard work.
Exactly.
And it's only the 1% are willing to do. And possibly they're sacrificing hard work, but then that doesn't always equate to like victory or success. You need to do that in the moment as well. So there's a large part of that as well. So you've got that added on it as well. Because with hard work and the sacrifice, that gives you the tools you are in order to go into battle like fucking with the brain ready. Because if you're going in physically fit, but if your head's not there, it's a fucking massive part of it.
Of course, mate.
It's a massive part.
But that all comes from what you've done in camp. So, fucking, for example, you've took days off. That will play in your head before you go into your fight. There's a 10k loop, and you've done the wee shortcut 7k loop. That'll play in your head.
Aye.
The boys are out doing fucking hill reps after training, but you had a bit of a sore ankle, so you didn't do the last hill sprints, but you easily could have. That'll play in your head.
Aye.
All this stuff plays in your head, mate. That's why I go into every fight supremely confident, mate. I go into every fight like a god, mate. Like, I can't be touched, I can't be hurt. Why? Because I won the fight weeks ago. Before this weight cut started, I was already victorious. Do you know what I mean? I've already won. Nobody's working as hard as me. So that's why I go into these fights like fucking untouchable.
Aye, as you
all
say,
comes through what you do weeks and weeks and weeks before. I know I didn't cut any corners. I know I didn't fucking do less rounds than intended. I know I didn't fucking sleep in any mornings. I know I woke up early every morning. I recovered well. Didn't miss out in any recovery days as well. You know what I mean? Recovery's a big part of it as well.
Massive part. We must interrupt this podcast for a breaking announcement. There has been numerous reports in the area of a beauty bomb ready to glow up. And it's going to blow away you beauty therapists one appointment at a time. Why? Do you conduct business correspondence with clients via DMs? Are you sick of late cancellations costing you money? Do you just wish you could provide your service without worrying if the client has the cash at hand?
Oh, I need to go to the bank.
Well, I have a solution to your confusion. Glow Out is a service that aims to alleviate the stress involved between a client and the technician booking their appointments. Glow Out makes it easy for clients to see appointments, to book them and to pay. It takes deposits and it gets late cancellation fees, which means you won't lose out on any money. Clients can pay by card or using Apple Pay. Glowout is also partnered with payment processor Stripe. Glowout also helps you manage your bookings easily by using your calendar. The busier you get, the more stressful it is to keep track of who you've actually got coming in and when. Glowout will help you do that. On Glowout, you'll also be able to show off your portfolio, showing off your previous work so clients can check out what you've done in the past. It will also be implementing a feature in the very, very near to be future which will connect to your Instagram profile page. You will also be featured on the Glowout website. You'll be visible to potential clients in the local area. You'll also have access to your own admin panel where you can see your account balance, generate reports, and turn your hobby into a business. Glowout is basically a Just Eat for beauty appointments. Can't beat the convenience, can you? The mobile app for iOS and Android is coming soon. But in the meantime, for $5.99 a month, you will have access to all these features. But if you sign up using 50 promo code, you will get the first 3 months free. You can't whack that for a bargain, can you? Give your business the glow up it needs to blow up. And glow up before you glow out. When you talk about you had that chip in your shoulder, but now you're in that position where you've proved all these people wrong, do you still have that chip?
Yes, because now, at the point I am now, is there's now more people to prove wrong.
I suppose you're in a bigger stage.
Now I'm in a bigger stage, and now there's even... The people that I wanted to prove wrong were close people around me. I proved them wrong. But now the people I need to prove wrong are haters.
Aye.
And mate, see the amount of haters I've turned to fans.
Really, eh?
Oh mate, it's like...
But has people got in contact with you and says to you personally?
No, I know through fucking just being in the sport, cause just to talk bad about me and stuff like that, and now they wish me luck before fights, and I know this guy, and it's like clout, mate. Like,
they just jump on the bandwagon, but you know the hype, train.
Aye,
but
mate, it's like,
you know what it's talking about, like they see you winning, so they're about to get in early, so they can say I supported him for the start.
Exactly, mate.
That's exactly.
So aye, mate. It's crazy, mate. It's like fucking. Should be in my job description, mate. Fucking haters to fans, I'm telling you, mate. Honestly, mate, the amount of people the amount of people I've turned from non-believers to believers, mate. And I'm just going to keep doing it, mate.
Why do you think they doubted you at first? Just because you were
When
young,
I was young, I spoke a lot. I was quite cocky. Man, I still won, mate. But
so just like they just hate you because you're confident,
mate. But the confidence at a young age, being an inexperienced fighter, they were like that. He's fucking all this.
But
the thing is,
get humbled and all that shit.
But the thing is I never got humbled. I just kept going. And I'm not saying I'm no humble. I am humble. I'm trained humility, mate, every day of my life, mate. But at that time, I just kept winning. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? To the point now where every time, like, I never go into fights anymore as underdog. And I used to always say I was too soon for him and stuff like that. I just proved so many people wrong, mate. Just kept doing it.
Especially after that last fight, it definitely would have turned a few haters to fans anyway, man. She fucking sparked the cunt out.
But now, even with that, like, fucking going in against somebody who's a stadium champion, legend in Thailand, it's like, I actually wasn't the underdog for that fight. In Thailand, maybe I was, but the European scene knows who I am very well, do you know what I mean?
You've definitely made your mark, man, because I've only been following your journey like quite recently as such, man. But and obviously you've got a lot before I started following it, man. But right now I think I don't really watch one championship. I don't watch much Muay Thai. I'm more into MMA kind of thing. But once I seen that, it's a lot of people like me. There's a lot more people like me are taking to that. Plus the Scottish thing as well, because people need somebody like yourself that does well. Because with the Scottish thing, man, it's like the Scotland fucking effect. Do you ever feel that? See, I don't think you do, but see that Andy Murray effect.
I was just about to say that. That's what I was just about to say. Fucking Andy Murray's the first person who does well for Scotland, like Andy Murray, and it's like, oh, he's for the UK.
Aye, if they started calling you British yet?
Aye, exactly.
If they started calling you British?
No,
but
actually, funnily enough,
they started calling you British.
Funnily enough, mate, I fucking always make sure that the flag and all that, like when I get put up for posters, always Scottish.
Aye.
I'm not against like UK and all that, but mate, I'm fucking very patriotic, mate. When it comes to fighting and stuff like that, mate, I watch Braveheart before every fight. It's like my routine, mate. Like, I'm very patriotic, mate. I love being Scottish and no British. Just Scottish.
I
mate.
obviously want to rep the country in it, man, because as we say, we've not got many people on a world stage.
And the thing is,
performing well.
all these English fighters, mate, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury's a legend, but Anthony Joshua, and all that, mate, it's like when they fight, it's such a big scene, mate. When Scottish fighters fight, mate, Josh Taylor just fought in
I was about to say that.
Madison Square Garden a few weeks ago, mate, and fucking who even knows about it?
I know, I was
But
about to
if you
say
don't
that
know,
now.
if you don't know boxing, do you even know about it?
Nah.
Probably no. But if you don't know boxing, like you get mad birds going to gaffs to watch Tyson Fury fight and all that.
I know. It's
No, they all know
mental.
they all know the big English boxers, but nobody knows your own fucking.
It's a pure media fanfare when it's like the English titles, and I know what it sounds if it's biased against it, but it's true, man. Like if Josh Taylor was English, he'd be fucking a superstar.
1,000,000%, mate. That's true.
That's the thing. It's a fucking tragedy, man. Know what I mean? But it's just unfortunately the way it is, man. But that's the thing that I've noticed. I could be wrong about this, but see, is bantamweight you're fighting it in it?
Yeah, man.
Is it so the world champion of one? He's is it Jonathan Haggerty? He's English.
Aye.
So how do you feel about when you do get to that world title fight, the Scotland versus English showdown for the title?
Mate, I think it'd be amazing, mate.
I think it'll be fucking massive.
I think it would be fucking. I think it's the only fight to make, to be honest, as well. I've always supported Haggerty, so I have. I've always loved his style, but it's just unfortunate for him that I am now in the band. I am in the same category as
after
him. I'm after him, mate. But mate, it's no hate or anything because he's the champion, mate. And everybody, like, why did I start? Why did I do
That's
this?
exactly it,
To
man.
be the champion, so I want to fight you. I don't mean any disrespect by it. I don't hate you or anything. I love your style and all that, but I want to fight you and I will beat you.
Do you think you have the components in order to beat him? See, since you've studied him for
100%,
that long,
I've
have you been
everything.
studying him for this moment long before now?
No, mate, I've not studied him. I've just always watched him because I've always been a fan.
Right.
Because he's for the UK. You know what I mean? Whenever a UK fighter goes to fucking fight, mate, I support them. And it's as simple as that, mate. His next fight's in September. I'll be watching and I'll be supporting him. Do you know what I mean? I'll not want like a Thai to beat him, so I think if that Thai beats him, I could beat that Thai better.
Nah, fuck that.
No, I don't. I want fucking a UK fighter to have the belt, mate. And then when it's my time, it'll be my time.
Have you had much communication with him? As it's
Aye.
been said?
I'm recently now we've been actually going back and forth a wee bit on the internet. But before that, mate, we speak after our last fights in April. We both fought in the same one championship in April there, and we were both talking to each other back and forth. Like, we'll sound that way, but no, it's just one of the things where he's a champion and I'm in the same.
He's
I'm
the
in the
wolf
same
at the top of
division.
the hill and you're the wolf on the climb up.
Exactly, mate.
That is what it is, man. That is the sport, and that's what the perils of being champion, man. You're
So
gonna
mate,
have
when
kids
you're the
coming after
fucking
you.
creme de la creme, you've got a target in your back, mate.
That's exactly
That
it.
is what it is, mate.
That's exactly it. So we spoke about this at the start of the podcast. With the last punch flung in that last fight, you injured your hand. So where does that leave you now?
Recover, mate. Just recovering, mate. I'll fight again. I'll fight in December.
You got a fight? Is it all booked to go in December?
It's no book, but it's like
It's
it's not
spoken.
a contract signed or anything, but it's spoke about, mate. And normally when it gets spoke about, it normally happens. So fight in December. Full recovery for my hand by then. I'm kept busy now, like I said, doing stuff on my website and stuff like that. Other wee goals. Other wee goals that when I would be fighting, I would never have the chat. Obviously, fighting is my main goal, my main pursuit in life. But it is good, and I'm only saying it's good now because I've came to terms that I can't fight sooner. So I'm like, obviously at the time when I heard I fucking couldn't fight to December, I was a wee bit not upset, but I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. But then I let it fucking settle, I let the dust settle with that, and now I'm on to different things, setting other wee goals for myself. So other wee goals that I would never get to do when I'm in fight camp is my website now. Spending a lot of time on doing my website, a tutorial striking website, running ultra marathons, something I wouldn't be able to do when I'm in fight camp. Obviously, roll your ankle, fall and hurt yourself, ultra, too dangerous. But now I'm going to do a 55 mile run in a couple of weeks. Just other wee mini goals that I've always wanted to do outside of fighting, mate.
He's trying to keep the mind occupied as well, because a lot of people would stagnate and go 6 months off, and you then if you're sitting about, then the mind.
This is also what makes me very different from a lot of fighters, mate. Would be their time to go out and fucking see the boys and drink and hang with it, mate. For me, this is just other time to tick off other goals. My hand's hurting. Right, what can I do? I can still lift weights, I can still do all that stuff. I can run. Right, running. Goggins fucking does ultra run. Right, fuck it, I'm going to go and do ultra marathon. I've just signed up, mate. 55 mile race. Start training for it.
And it's that thing as well. Whilst you can't maybe focus on fighting or training for fighting that. You can still focus on training the mind.
Absolutely,
And that's
mate,
to reach that high, that pinnacle level, that's the mind's going to be the big thing that gets you there.
And that's why it's important for me that in this layoff period that you don't become soft.
Aye.
You need to keep the mind hardened, and that's why I'm going to run a 55 mile race. That's why tomorrow I'm doing a 10 hour session with my pal. It's just miniature inner fucking wins. You know what I mean? It might not sound miniature to a lot of people, 55 mile race, but to me it's just wee mini wins that I can take to when it comes to fighting.
As you say.
This year I done this, I done that. Did he do that? No, he probably didn't do that. Did he do that when he had time off? Nah, that's because I'm a full-time
That's what I was
savage.
about to say, it's
That's
that
'cause
edge. It's that
the
edge.
edge, mate. I'm a full-time savage. These cunts are part-time savages. These cunts are only savages when they're in fight camp. I'm a full-time savage, mate. Outside of camp, mate. I'm always training twice a day, every day, mate.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It needs to give you that edge as well. Because as you say, if you're going to go for the glory, man, it's like, as you say, the level of competition's going up, and you're fighting at the highest level now. But you're going to be fighting a higher level once you come back. And what is that? December? What is that? 4 months? But it's when did you fight? Was it last month? Or was that a 5 month layoff? And so it's in the fighting terms. If you're fighting every couple of months, that's a fucking quite a big gap.
Aye.
So you do need to fill it productively.
Definitely.
See, how far off do you think the title fight is? How many fights away?
Well, mate.
It's one's quite weird, isn't it? I think if you get
One's weird, mate. Like if it was in the, let's say it was in the UFC and I just beat Muay Thai, I'd probably get the title shot next or the next fight or the interim, whatever. But we won championship. It's like, oh, it needs to bring the views in and all that. It's weird. So the boy I just beat, I got told if he beat me, he was getting the title shot next. But I beat him, and I'm not getting the title shot
fight
next.
some cunt else.
It's just I don't understand how it works, mate. It's not far away, mate. 8 months. 8 months I'll be champion.
8 months, aye.
8 months I'll be champion.
Fingers
Well,
crossed,
8
man.
months. 8 months. 8 months. Obviously, we've got a 4 month fucking layoff
On
here.
top of 8 months for the next fight.
For the next fight,
Right,
8 months.
so a
I'll
year
be
for now,
champion.
pretty much.
A year I'll be champion, mate.
See, that's quite a short space of time. Seeing as many fights have you had with, man? Is it 2? 2 fights. So you think at 8 months, what would you get fucking? And if you're doing well, four fucking fights in that time or something, man.
Fucking I wish, mate. Probably 2.
Really,
2 or
aye.
3, mate. Aye.
Because I think, mate, do you know Chris Shaw? He
Aye.
he fought in one as well, but I've not seen him fighting in there in a while. I don't know if he's left him or that, but he's been
Aye.
in a lot of kind of home shows. So I wasn't too sure. I think is their contract quite flexible where you can fight in other promotions and that? I know UFC is just like UFC, you can only fight here, but
No, it's like on the contract that I just signed, I've got the big contract there.
Aye.
And it does say in the contract, like if you want to fight on other shows, you can, but it's like, what the fuck would I want to fight on other shows and I fucking can get 50k bonuses and
I
all
know,
that?
right enough.
It's life changing money, but it's only life changing if you make it life changing.
Aye.
If you go on and fucking win fights and keep winning fights, mate, it's life changing. If you don't go on, you don't perform, you'll not change your life, mate.
I suppose there's
Like
that
fucking-
fucking hang me on yourself, mate. You're
That-
not just going
that-
to get it the minute you get the contract.
That UFC heavyweight was in a corner fucking when I fought. He fought in the same show as me. I was the fight after him. You got paid $500,000, mate. Oh, $500,000 on one championship, so he did.
Fuck's sake, man.
So it's like,
That is life changing money.
aye, mate. It's like,
But it's only there, it's no life changing
it's no
until you
life-changing
make it
money.
life changing.
exactly.
Aye, so that's it. The hard work doesn't stop because I think people realise once you've signed that contract.
Oh, I've
your
signed the
life's sorted.
contract. It's like, no, mate. I've signed the contract. The money's better than what I've ever had fighting. Aye. But it's like once you've had the money, you know what it's like to have that money, and it's like
Aye.
it's no that. The next few fights will really change my life.
Right.
But
In a financial sense?
aye, but I need to win them.
Aye, 100%.
And if I don't win them, I don't change my life.
That's exactly it.
I
'cause
might be on the biggest stage in the world and I might have millions and millions of people know who I'm on viewing me, but at the end of the day, it's them who are paying you, and it's them who pay you when you win.
Aye,
They pay you better when you win than when you lose. So,
that's the thing, and that's the thing that you need to reach that level because it's one thing. Do you find that's an effective motivator, the money, or is it all legacy for you?
both. When I first started, I fought a lot of times for no money. I fought fucking for a few £100 and stuff like that when I was younger, mate.
Aye.
It was always just to get to where I need to be. Now it's different. Now it is a career. Now I'm 24-year-old, mate. I've got my own house. I've got a fiance, mate. I've got a wee dog. It'd be stupid of me to say it's for of course it's for legacy, mate.
Aye.
But mate, I need to have fucking financial stability, mate.
Nah, 100%,
Of
mate.
course, mate. That is the reason why you work. Why I work so hard is because in the end of everything, mate, I want to inspire, mate. That's the end goal for everything, mate. The end goal for me isn't a bank balance, isn't a number on a screen, right? It's an internal feeling, mate. And I get this feeling when I inspire people, mate. It fucking makes me feel just fuzzy inside, mate. when I know I'm inspiring people, mate. Like, I get messages daily, mate, cunts suffering for depression and stuff, saying I fucking changed their lives and all that through fucking watching me. I give so many people motivation and all that. That for me, mate, I'm winning at life there because of how many people's lives I'm changing, mate. And probably more who don't even message me, do you know what I mean, that are watching me, mate. It's just weird when you got like 40,000 followers, mate. It's not an awful lot, mate, but just with that wee following that I've got, mate, I'm making such an impact to the people who follow me, mate. That there for me, mate, that touches my heart more than anything else ever could. But again, that comes from the person that I am, through being hardworking, through doing everything that I'm doing. Because if I wasn't who I am, then I wouldn't be impacting any people. I'm impacting any people because of the because of how hard I work and stuff like that. That's why these people can fucking relate to me, and that's why these people are watching me, and that's why they're motivated by me, because of the stuff I'm doing. Couldn't just be any fucking Tom, Dick and Harry fucking sitting on like the Mora, mate. If I retired at Mora and fucking sat on the couch the rest of my days, do you think I'd get these people reaching out to me? No, and these people are people are reaching out to me because of what I did. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, it's for legacy. I want to inspire millions in the end. I want to change people's life. I want to help people change their own lives. I want people to see for the scheme. I'm for the scheme, mate. I'm for Scots, mate. I've been stabbed, right? I nearly died. I've changed my life around, mate, for the better, and now I am doing really well. I want to show people that anybody from Scotstoun, Govan, fucking anywhere, you can do this. You know what I mean? Anybody can do what I've done. You know what I mean? And that's where the level of what I'm talking about. Where I want to inspire people. I want people to people who are fucking didn't have the fucking best roll of the dice at life. You don't need to have parents who are fucking millionaires or parents who work full-time jobs and all that. You don't need any of that. You just need to be a hard-working individual. To change your own life. You know what I mean?
That's exactly it, man. That's exactly it. And you're doing that as well, because what you talk about in the podcast earlier, it's like we've just spoken about, like, it's like sacrifice and hard work. That's all you really need. The other two key ingredients, man. If you've got both of them and you're able to win at whatever you want to put your focus into, you know what I mean? And you've proven that. Like, you're, as you say, you've no came for like a background where you had a lot of money. You left an apprenticeship that you says you were lucky to get as well. You took the sacrifice, you took the plunge, you took risk. You didn't have a security financial blanket where, alright, I can leave this job, but I've got fucking X amount in the bank.
Exactly.
You left all that in pursuit of something greater than yourself, and it's paying off for you right now, as you say. So you're a testament to what you're saying, man. When you come from working class backgrounds, you're encouraged by like whoever's brought you up and that kind of thing. Like, get a job, get something secure, so you've got money, you've got a way of making income and later in life. And it's just people are just wanting you to be safe, they don't want you to take risks. But as you say, when you've got that feeling that no, I'm destined for things greater than this. That's not by accident. I don't believe in that kind of stuff by accident, man. That's in you for a reason.
No, definitely, mate.
And I don't know how many people actually have that feeling, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that might have that feeling and they go against it. They let their mind talk them out of things. They let their mind talk them out their passions, and that's...
Let's say to this, mate. There's a saying, right? I think it was Denzel Washington or something, right? There's a saying that when you're lying in your deathbed, right, hours or minutes before you die, all your ghosts of life come around your deathbed, right, and they start saying to you what you could have been and what you could have done. And so you've got the ghosts, you've got obviously what you are, right, and the ghosts come around you and they say, oh, by the way, we could have done this, we were actually meant to do this, we were actually meant to be an Olympian, or we were meant to be this, or we were meant to be successful businessmen, billionaires, whatever, but we didn't do any of it because you didn't take the risk. And that's fucking terrifying. I think
it's very scary, mate.
That's terrifying, mate. Like that, and then so that's one of them. Goggins says another thing very like that. Goggins says that when he goes to heaven and he's standing outside heaven's gates, and there's a queue to get into heaven, and he walks up to whoever it is that lets him into heaven, and he says, there's a portfolio of your life, all the things you've done in your life, and it says, right, David Goggins, right, social speaker, ultra marathon runner, smoke jumper, inspired millions across the world. And he goes, no, that's that. You must have somebody else. That's not me. I was spraying for cockroaches all my life. That's what I done. I worked in an industrial thing and I just sprayed to kill insects. And he says, oh no, that's what you were meant to do in your life, but you didn't take the risk, and you know what I mean. So I think about these things all the time. That's terrifying.
It is, because I've heard that quote before, and it struck a chord with me.
It's Goggins that says it.
It is, and seeing you think about it, you're like, wow, man, because that day it's not as if, oh, you might not die. You're going to die. When you might die, who knows? But you might know, you could die tomorrow.
Exactly,
and then, you know what I mean? And you will have this moment. You could have this moment, and the thought of it, as you say, is fucking terrifying. That's what scares me.
And then when you think about it for yourself, think about all the things that you want to do in your life, right? Things that scare you, but you want to achieve them. And then think about that, going to heaven, and you get your note at the door, you get your portfolio, and you say, oh, successful podcaster, or fucking platinum on fucking YouTube, inspired billions, had so many famous people come onto your podcast, whatever it is. Then you went on to do this, went on to do fucking social speaking in front of whatever. And you're like, oh no, that wasn't me. I was fucking, I just worked on a construction site.
I was a scaffolder.
I was a scaffolder. That must be the next person behind me. He was like, no, that's what you're meant to do.
Nah, mate, that frightens me. Because see, if you ever get to that point where if that scenario does happen, you're not getting, that was what you're meant to be, but you've got another chance to go back and do it. There's no religion, there's no culture, there's no belief in the world that believes you will go back to the start of the life you just had. There's reincarnation. People believe that you'll start in another life. There's never one that I've heard of, and I don't think it exists.
There's no second chances, mate.
Exactly. So when you realise that, and that's taught that thing, taking life for granted, people don't realise that their life's going to end one day, and they think, when I'm 70, when I'm 80, mate,
you might not get to there.
Exactly. And plus, as you say, when you get your 40s, your 50s, man, your body isn't what it used to be.
No.
Especially if you've been humping your arse on a building site or that, man. Your knees are fucked. There's a lot of things you're going to be impaired today, when this is the moment to do it. And it's like, I remember Joe Rogan saying, live your life as if you've got a documentary crew following you. How would you act?
I just seen that the other day.
Did, mate, I seen it, mate, and I was like...
And he's talking about how fighters are the full-time athletes. Mm-hmm. That's why he's talking about that. Because he's saying, what all the stuff that you would do if you were getting documented for a fight, you'd live like that every day. Do you do that every day? No. But that's the way you should be if you want to be a full-time athlete. That's what he's talking about in that.
That's exactly. Mate, it was actually, I don't know how I seen it. It was a clip. It was for like a Instagram page, and it was like about fighting talks. It's one of the mad names.
That's what I seen.
I don't know if you maybe assumed, mate. I shared it.
I don't know. I seen that. That's why I'm saying that.
That's how I seen it, and then I was like, fucking hell, that's bang on, man. And see, just even adopting that mindset with a documentary crew is filming you, it's like, it just totally just changes your perspective and what you should be doing in the present moment.
What you should be doing.
What you should be doing, mate.
Mate, and that's why I was, that takes me back to, obviously, what I was saying is like, why I do this stuff outside of camp. It's also, I say I'm a full-time savage and it's for the mind and all that, but outside of camp, not just in fight camp, why I still continue to do these challenges and stuff is because there's still a lot of people watching me. Mm-hmm. So I still believe that I have a sense of, I need to keep
a duty, mate.
I still need to do this shit. I need to punish myself in fucking these challenges. I need to punish myself anyway, so that other people can draw inspiration for it. Mm-hmm. And it can't just be in fight camps. It needs to be all the time. So that's why after a fight, I can sit back and fucking just chill out a wee bit. Like, no, fucking, you've got people who take inspiration for you. Mm-hmm. You need to get fucking back on it, mate, and fucking stop punishing yourself, mate, so these people can. Does that make sense?
100%. What I know what it is as well. See what you notice. What, for a lot of Scottish people, obviously you get Josh Taylor Lightlight's been smashing it, but see what the majority see with a lot of Scottish people, they go to this certain level and then they plateaued. And that's the thing as well. It's like, you're Scottish, but you can only get so far. But doing that kind of thing you're doing, where you're like, you're not getting a chance to fall by the wayside, is showing people, no, wait a minute, you can fucking do as great as anywhere else in the world if you just stick to it, and it's consistency and discipline, a massive thing. So see, can I just ask you, seeing you've talked about just there when you said you get stabbed, what was the story behind that? Do you mind talking about it?
I don't mind talking about it at all, mate. When I was younger, I was at a club, mate, and this boy fucking picked a fight with me, really. It was something stupid. I didn't want to fight with him, but he was trying to fight with me inside the club. Obviously seen I was young, fucking skinny, didn't know I could fight like fuck. Mm-hmm. And I seen him outside the club, mate, and I started fighting with him, mate, and I absolutely battled fuck at him. I can fight. Mm-hmm. I battled fuck at him, mate, and he was a big fucking lumpy cunt, mate. I was a wee skinny guy. He was obviously embarrassed that I battled him. And I seen him a few months later, mate, and fucking try to fight me again, mate. Got into a fight and fucking he whipped the blade out and stabbed me.
Fuck, where'd they stab you?
In the arse, mate, just there.
Oh, really, aye?
Aye, mate, nearly died, man.
Ah, it's dodgy as fuck, man,
Aye,
getting
it
stabbed
was
there.
scary, mate.
Would you nearly bleed out?
Aye.
Fucking hell, man. Did that affect your performance as well? See, because obviously your arse, it's your balance if you're fucking standing one leg from kicks and shit.
I've
Like.
mate, with problems now, mate. I fucking bad flexibility up my IT band and all now. I can't really see how that knee can go all the way down. This one here can only go to there.
Oh, can it? Is it painful if you push it any further, or is it just a nerve thing and you just can't move it?
It's just looks stiff, mate. It just doesn't move.
Is it? Aye, fucking. How does that affect your performance?
Doesn't affect it.
No, it doesn't. All good stuff.
It does. It affects my when I get stiff there. I get really stiff, and sometimes I get problems with my hips and all that.
Just like in the cold weather and that kind of thing?
In cold weather and in camp.
Right.
Like when I'm fucking heavy load weeks.
Right.
Like if I don't stretch it, it fucking really seizes up and all that.
Right, I see.
Fuck, that's what it is,
That's what
mate.
it is,
But
you
it's
just need to
also
do it.
from there is when I realised that this isn't a relief for me. I don't.
So that was almost a wake up call for you.
That was also a turning point, and with all the other stuff we spoke about, I don't ever want to. It was the scariest experience of my life to this day, mate.
Aye.
I nearly died, mate. Like you talk about the light at the end of the tunnel, mate. Like I seen that, so it's like a real thing, mate.
Really?
I
Aye.
swear to God, mate. Aye, it was like I shut my eyes and everything went peaceful, mate. Like obviously, fucking, I was getting rushed to the hospital, mate, and there was all blood coming out my leg and fucking madness, mate. And then every time I shut my eyes, everything just went like peaceful, mate. And I heard no noise or anything. And fucking the boy I was with slapped me, man, to fucking wake me out of it. So obviously I was dying, wasn't I?
Fucking hell.
So mate, I was like fucking, I was shut, mate. It was like light at the end of the tunnel, mate. I just felt dead peaceful and nice, mate. Just
Cozy.
Aye, mate,
As if you're
nice.
falling asleep.
Aye, mate, just felt dead fucking nice, mate. So I did, and then slapped me and woke me up, man. I was fucking back in that mud.
Fucking hell, man.
Remember it like it was yesterday, man.
What age were you?
19.
Fucking hell, man.
Sick. 18.
Aye, but at least it's because some people might have took that as a sign that I'm going to go back out and fucking give that cunt it, or they go one way. The fact that it's helped you managed to turn it into a positive.
And mate, it took a lot of strength to do that, mate. To know fucking seek revenge and stuff like that.
So was that part of you kind of boiling away about it? Like, I need to fucking
mate.
get that cunt, and it had to come to a point where like, I can either go two ways with this.
Exactly, mate.
And you went away, and obviously that's where landed you in the part of Puffy.
Pardon, Puffy.
That's what it's called, the part of Puffy, mate. Had to get a name, mate.
I like that, pardon, Puffy.
But see, I noticed as well, because you were doing seminars in like America and that kind of stuff.
I'm going back in September to do
So is that a big thing as well, like about teaching like children like Muay Thai and that? Is that a thing that's quite close to your heart as well?
I mean, aye, mate, I love everything about Muay Thai, do you know what I mean? And I love that I'm now blessed to I can get paid to show my style of fighting. Like people want to learn how I fight.
Aye.
People want me to show them how I fight. I mean, and it fucking mate. I just feel really grateful, mate, that I've laid this path for myself. It was all due to me, mate.
Aye.
I've laid this path for myself, mate, to now, and I'm very happy in life, mate, that I get to do this. Like, I get paid to teach people. You know what I mean? I love teaching people Muay Thai, mate. I love helping people, mate. Do you know what I mean? Without getting paid, like for the seminars, obviously I get paid. Do you know what I mean? I'm in different countries, but out with that, any person who knows me, anybody who's my pal, you talk about birds and boozing and all that, mate, I'll fall asleep. You just go in one ear and out the other, mate. See, as soon as you start talking about sports and biology of the body and recovery and fitness, and you want to do better in life, and I want to run my first 5k, I want to run my first 10k, I want to run my first marathon. If you tell me that, mate, I'll help you achieve that. Like it sparks a light in me. Like
really,
aye, mate. Like I love helping people, sports specifically.
Right.
Mate, like it lights a fucking spark in me, mate. Like you tell me you want help to run your marathon, mate, I'm the wrong person to tell. Because if you don't fucking do it, mate, I will be down your throat, mate. Do you know what I mean?
If you're the beast into it.
Aye, mate, but at the same time, like, like, no in a bad way.
No,
but
it's just
a positive angle, mate. Do you know what it is, mate? So I talk about this inspiring people, mate. It all comes from I want people to feel what I feel. This feeling that I get, mate.
That feeling of success,
mate. There's enough of it for everybody in the world, mate. See the feeling of winning, mate. Man, I'm not talking about winning big fights, mate. I'm talking about daily wins, mate. I'm talking about fucking setting an alarm for 4:30 in the morning and get up and go do a 5k, no matter how good your bed feels.
Aye.
See they wee wins, mate. Mate, there's enough of that for everybody, mate. All you have to go is go out and do it. But people don't tap into it, mate, and it breaks my heart, mate. See the feeling you get for doing that, and like I said, go out and run a 5k, set goals, do it, don't fucking snooze your alarm. See if you do these, mate, like, the feeling you'll get is better than any drug in the world that you can buy. Anything in the world that you can buy, mate, this feeling is better, mate. And everybody can tap into it, mate. You don't need to be a special person to get this feeling. You just need to wake up and go out in the morning, put your running shoes on, go a run. If it's no running, fucking whatever it is, get up early in the morning, go out and do your business goals fucking on your whiteboard every morning, your wee fucking routines, mate. Every day, mate, you get this feeling of fucking self-satisfaction, mate. See the feeling, mate, these wee wins, mate, it's life-changing, mate, and it's better than any drug you can buy.
100%, totally. If you could make this into a drug, into a tablet form, this feeling, you'd be a fucking multi-billionaire.
Mate, all other drugs would go out of business, mate.
Aye, 100%, mate.
The cartels in Mexico would be fucked, mate.
Totally, mate.
They would be fucked, mate, if you could put the fucking, a wee drug of, like, what you get through, like...
Achievement?
Self-achievement is the word,
Self-achievement.
thank you. The wee pill you get through self-achievement in making many goals and these little hurdles, mate, see the little drug you get for that. And then onto, if these many goals are onto a bigger goal in the end of the month, where you run a 5k every day, and at the end of the month, you run a 10k. And it's a bigger...
Self-improvement,
it's a bigger pill, mate. And the feeling's better.
Aye.
And see what happens with this pill? It's addictive, mate.
And it's not, they come down to it.
Mate, you look how happy I'm getting talking about it,
I
mate.
know, man, you're
Like,
very animated about it,
mate,
man.
that's what I'm saying, mate.
You can tell you're
because
passionate.
that I'm so passionate about it, mate. Like, but everybody can get this drug that I speak about, and it's free.
Aye. That's
there's
it. People just don't realise that you unlock that potential.
You need to unlock that potential, and that's what I talk about, inspiring people, mate. You don't work hard, you don't hang, mate. I'm not disappointed, I just don't look at you the same, because I know you're capable of so much more.
Aye.
Everybody's capable of this, but nobody taps into it, and it's heartbreaking, mate. It's
Aye.
fucking heartbreaking.
It is. It's a waste of life. It's a waste of human life, because I believe everybody's got that special something. There's something you've got deep down in you that you get the potential to be good at, or you've got that hidden passion for, and it's a lot of people's, it's self-doubt, it's where it's fucking outside factors like, I'm not going to be able to do this because I've got money, I need to do this and that, man. They waste their life, man.
Mate, you need to get money to take these drugs, mate. You
Exactly.
don't need money to fucking exercise for 40 minutes, mate.
You're right.
See the feeling you get after that? Better than all that shit, mate.
100%, mate. 100%.
It's crazy,
I
man.
know, it's just it's because people want that short-term fix and they don't need to work for it. That's what they look for, short-term fixes. As you say, if it was a drug, if you could get it tablet form and take it without doing any work, that's people would go for, because you need to break a sweat.
And you know why that is, mate? It's because we live in a world of mediocrity, mate. Mediocrity is the gold standard, mate.
Aye. Fast food, fucking all that shit, man. Fucking alcohol, shit you can just buy. It's like people
Exactly,
just
mate.
want a quick fix. I think because people don't want to take responsibility.
Easy to consume. Here, hard to get it. Need to work for it. You know what I mean? This is all the people here. Easy to consume, easy to get it, easy to buy over the counter. No work involved. Here are the people. They feel here.
Aye.
But what I'm saying is, in percentage wise, of how many, the amount of people.
The minority.
Exactly,
The
mate.
very small minority, like the minute minority, is like close to the 1%. And that's another thing as well. Even being in that 1%, you're like, I get it. If I'm out on a Saturday morning, Sunday morning, out a jog, I'm like, early morning, like, there's cunts out still mad out for the night of 4, and I'm out
How
doing a
good
jog.
do you feel, mate?
It's amazing. You feel like you're gliding, man.
It's crazy, mate.
It's a
And,
great feeling.
mate, you know how high this statistic is for people who suffer from depression, mate? Add exercise into your routine.
No, it's life changing.
Add exercise. The way people always say is, if you're depressed and you're still drinking and taking drugs, then you can't moan about being depressed. First thing you need to do is let go of that. You need to quit drinking and drugs. If you're still depressed after you've done that, add exercise in. If you're still depressed after that, small fucking percentage of people, then you go see a therapist, right? You see that exercise bit, mate? That's the fucking, that's
Massive.
the main bit right there,
It's
mate.
massive. People don't realise it. It's like, that's why it goes back to that responsibility thing. People want people to tell them. It's like people look to like politicians, they look to people on the telly, like they've got the solution. I can't think for myself, they'll think for me. And they look to these people and it's like politics and all that, man. They go at, we've got the solution, we know what, this is what's wrong, this is why you're unhappy, we're going to fix it, vote for us. And that's all it is. And it's like, they don't put that belief in themselves, like they can change their reality with just a few small minor changes. As you say, just a bit more exercise, eating a bit better, cutting out the drinking drugs.
I mean, like you said, it's maybe people on the, like you said earlier on, maybe people on the born to it. It's like you're a statistically speaking anyway, mate, you're a product of your own environment. So in terms of myself, I shouldn't be where I'm at.
No.
But if you don't listen to all this noise, you can create your own path, mate.
Yeah, write your own success story.
Write your own success story, mate. Nothing's impossible, mate.
100%, mate. 100%, and you're proving that, mate. But as I say, man, it's fucking, you're a real inspirational guy. You've inspired me, and I hope you've inspired somebody that's maybe watching it at home, man. And you're doing it. You're not just somebody that's saying it. You've got that action as well as the speech.
Walk it like I talk it.
I say exactly. You talk the talk and you walk the walk, man. But it's been an absolute pleasure having you, mate. You've been such an inspirational guy, man.
Thank you,
and I wish you the best of luck. I'm rooting for you to take that title back to Scotland, man.
100%.
But thanks very much for coming to the podcast. If you anything you want just to promote to maybe somebody that's watching, or maybe somebody that's thinking of taking that leap, any like wee last words of advice or wisdom to somebody that's maybe thinking of changing their life for the better, kind of thing.
Just don't let anybody ever tell you can't do anything. I mean, like I said earlier on, the most important thing is having self-belief. Don't be a fake it till you make it. You can't kid yourself on. You can't want to be a professional athlete if you're no hard working. You know what I mean? That would be fake it till you make it. You're kidding yourself on. You need to have self-belief. But if you have that, then the world's your oyster. You know what I mean? You can, and this is in anything. Business, you need to be hard working to be a successful businessman. You need to be hard working. You need to have discipline to be an athlete. It doesn't really matter what one it is, but you just need to be hard working. You need to have discipline. You need to have self-belief. And another important thing we didn't speak about is, just quickly, is the people around you is very important. I know your friends.
Aye, I agree.
Having a strong foxhole is important. See people, if you're trying to do something in life and they're like, right, come out and just sack that today, come out and have a bevy with me. You can't be friends with people like that. Listen, mate, this sounds harsh, but the most successful people in the world, they don't have people around them who drag them down.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? You can't have a pal who says, oh, just miss a training session a day, or just, oh, fuck what, good day, we'll go get stoned or something.
Aye.
See that, mate? Decapitate that. Honestly, you cannot have friends like that, mate. You need to have a strong group of friends around you, mate. It's one of the other most important things of being successful in life.
100%. As that old famous saying goes, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. It's I know.
I just think of that James English in there.
That's what I was hesitating to say that. I was like, am I going to rip it off? But I'll give credit to the actual guy that said that. I wish I knew his name, but
That's
fuck it.
so funny, man. So funny.
Is it that parody? The
Aye,
mate,
mate,
that's what I'll show me your friends, I'll show you your future.
So funny, mate.
What a legend he is, man.
But aye, if you're looking for daily motivation, follow me on Instagram, Nico Carrillo _KOTN.
I'll tag you down the bottom anyway, man. But thanks very much for coming on, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you, mate, and I wish you the best of luck with your career, man. Nico Carrillo, people, like, subscribe, don't get wide, catches.